baseball from the Southland coming up on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
It doesn't matter what your company makes. Cars, computers, widgets. Every company uses humans. That's right. People are a company's most important resource. That's where we come in. Barrett Business Services, a human resource management company. We're your partner in profitability because we help you take care of your company's people. Barrett Business Services, 541-207-3129.
Sustainability, local food, and good health are important to Oregonians. And for 85 years, Flavor Pack has been providing premium quality fruits and vegetables from our Willamette Valley farms to your table. We're committed to practices that protect the environment and take pride in harvesting nutritious foods that power Oregonians. Find our fruits and vegetables in your grocer's freezer section. With quality like this, it's no wonder Flavor Pack has been the MVP of sustainable farming since 1924.
For everyone counting their way to $1,000, U.S. Bank applauds you.
I've already saved $256.
Just start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow. The easy and rewarding way to save.
Wow, $963.
Your way to
$1,000.
And we'll reward you when you do. Start at any U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/start, or call 800-720-BANK. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Requires a U.S. Bank package of qualifying transfers. Terms and conditions apply. See START program agreement for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
In 1965, Willie Mays became baseball's MVP. That was the same year our family started selling fresh local milk from our first Dairy Mart store. Since then, Dairy Mart's grown to 44 stores, serving neighborhoods from Cottage Grove to Corvallis and Albany. We put over 500 people to work every day and support student programs like OSU Baseball. For convenience, great selection, and fresh dairy products, we'll see you at Dairy Mart. Along with our own Lockmead Farms, we're proud sponsors of Beaver Baseball.
Welcome back to Jackie Robinson Stadium. The Beavers in UCLA in a gorgeous Saturday game 2. The Beavers seeking their 5th straight series win in the Pac-10. A little bit of a change of pace in our pregame show, but it's a real honor to visit with an old friend of Pat Casey's, of the great Spiegelberg family. So Barry, this interview is for you listening back home on 860 KPAM in Portland. Brought to you in part by the OSU Bookstore. Fans start here. For the world's best selection of official Beaver merchandise, visit the bookstore on campus in the MU, in downtown Portland at Kaiser Station, or online at osubookstore.com. First-year general manager for the Arizona Diamondbacks after a great 14-year run with the San Diego Padres, Kevin Towers joins us. I say all of that, Kevin, and yet I think of you, and I know Barry does and Case does. An Oregonian, a guy out of Medford. You've done a lot of great things, but there's still a lot of great Oregon roots for you.
Oh, absolutely. And I hate to say that I was born at Sacred Heart Hospital in Eugene, Oregon. Both mom and dad were Ducks, and but grew up in Medford, and Spiegelberg family was like a second family to me. They're proud to be a Black Tornado, proud to be an Oregonian, and even though I'm on the professional side of things, always rooting for Pat Casey and the Beavers, and what he accomplished a few years back has really changed baseball in the state of Oregon, and it's pretty incredible. When we were growing up, it wasn't quite like that, and now that U of O's got a club, Oregon baseball's on the national map.
Yeah, that's really impressive. And we'll talk a little bit here in a moment, Kevin, about how far back you go with Pat when you were teammates in minor league ball in the Padres system, but a little bit about your own background. And when you talk about it wasn't quite like that when you were going to Medford High. Nevertheless, some great athletes, though, and you were part of a tremendous run in the 70s, late 70s, in football and baseball in particular.
Well, Medford was always a football town. We've had good basketball teams and good baseball teams, but when I moved to Medford there in the early 70s, you want to be a Black Tornado football player, and I think we were running the Veer offense in 6th and 7th grade there, so by the time we got to become a Black Tornado, we knew the offense well, and it was a great place to grow up and play with some great players. And actually, Dane Severson, I think, was a former, I played with him high school baseball, played at Oregon State. And, Barry Spiegelberg, one of my great friends in the game, probably one of the biggest Beaver fans there is. And his brother, Scott Spiegelberg, who was a quarterback there, and Eddie Singler, great quarterback, came out of Medford that also played at Oregon State. And was happy to call Medford my home and still follow the high school athletics as well as all the collegiate athletics as well.
Kevin Towers, general manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, joining us. But I mentioned your connections, your roots with Coach Pat Casey going back to your minor league days in the Padres organization. Tell me a little bit about Pat back then and what I've observed in his 17 years with the Beavers, the ultra competitive one. Did he have that kind of stuff going when you were his teammate? What did you see with as a ball player in Pat Casey?
Well, I tell you what, he's about 40 pounds lighter than he was back then, but great athlete. The whole Casey family was there from Newburgh, and I think his little brother was playing pro ball at that time, and Pat was a great basketball player too. He was one of those guys that wanted to win at everything that he did, and I think it's carried over to his coaching days. But good first baseman with big power. Didn't have great range, but when he elevated the ball, it went a long ways, and one of those guys wanted to win at all costs. And I think, when I watch the Oregon State Beaver clubs, not only this year but in the past, they do all the little things right. They're a very fundamentally sound club. I think the approach that they took last night against a very tough pitcher in Garrett Cole showed the way that these guys have been taught the game of baseball. And you think of Darwin Barney, you think of Jacob Ellisbury. They're grinders. They're Oregonians. I was telling one of our scouts, I said the one thing you'll say about Oregon athletes is they want to win at all costs. They're tough. They're grinders. They play the game the right way. And I think Pat has certainly brought that to this program. But he's tough. He's a grinder. And I'm not surprised that Oregon State's where they're at right now in the standings.
You say that, not surprised this year in the run they're having, leading the conference at 11-2. You also made the statement that, what the Beavers did in Omaha kind of put the state of Oregon on a national baseball map. It's still amazing to me, Kevin, and you talk about growing up in Medford, that you talk about Oregon State not only going to Omaha, but winning back-to-back national titles. I'm not sure I quite fully comprehend the magnitude of that coming out of the Northwest. What are your thoughts about what makes that possible?
Well, awful proud. A lot of hard work, I think when you think of Pat Casey, we were talking about it this morning at breakfast, how important character is. To me, one of my mentors in the game of baseball, Pat Gillick, who will be inducted into this year's Hall of Fame, had talked at the winter meetings about when he got into the game, he thought it was 80% skill set, 20% character. He said he had it the other way around. I think that's Pat's approach when it comes to recruiting is get skilled players, but get guys that have heart and grit and desire. And I think that's specifically indicative of probably that second World Series championship where they almost didn't get in and went all the way to the to the finish line. So that's a tribute to him and being able to recognize quality character people.
Kevin Towers, the general manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, joining us, brought to you in part by Azumano Travel. Travel with Azumano when the Beavers take on the Wisconsin Badgers September 10th. Check out Azumano.com for details. You mentioned that 2007 club and the second straight national title. A key figure on the bump for the Beavers down the stretch that year was a young man named Joe Patterson. And I've been so thrilled to see Joe's rise through the minor leagues and now with a spot on your roster. Kevin, tell me a little bit about your thoughts on Joe Patterson.
Well, I'm a big believer in left-handers that have some angle and some deception, and that's a pretty tough angle for an opposing left-handed hitter when a guy's almost throwing behind you. And we Rule 5'd him from the Giants, so we were fortunate the Giants had guys like Affelt and Runzler, quite a few lefties already at the big league level, which they exposed him to the draft. And he had great numbers all through the minor leagues and placed a call to actually Pat in the wintertime. We were thinking about doing so, and he said, well, Kevin, this guy's intangibles are through the roof, too. It's not just what he does on the field. If you tell him to run 20 miles, he'll run 20 miles. And he's a great kid, and J.J. Putz is kind of leading him around right now, our closer. And he's more of a situational type lefty, but hadn't given up a run yet and has done a nice job, and hopefully he'll be one of those situational lefties for a long time for us.
When you talk about J.J., the things I read about him, I follow the college game more, but been looking at some literature about you and your club that said that you, quote, rolled the dice with J.J., hoping he'd return to the form he showed with the Mariners a few years ago. I haven't seen him much or just read box scores, but how is J.J. Putz doing?
He's been outstanding. He was a little bit on the injured side in spring training, so he didn't get a lot of work, but I think he's 5 for 5 in closing opportunities. He's got the presence. He's got the power fastball, wants the ball. He's got that demeanor that you look for in a quality closer, and in our market size, we can't go out there and battle the New York Yankees or the Boston Red Sox for a guy like Soriano. So we had to identify people that had closed in the past, give him that opportunity. Again, fortunately, he makes his off-season home now in the west side of Phoenix, and we're happy to have him.
In the 14-year run you had in San Diego, and even now, you would build clubs through pitching. Pitching is the priority, and even bullpens. I don't know. Do you look at it building from the back towards the front end? Or does it vary just depending on what your situation is in contracts and so on? But the bullpen's always been an important part of what you've done.
Well, more often than not, the game's decided at the end of the game. And I've always said a baseball game's like a dining experience. You could have, great ambiance and a great dinner, but if you got to wait 40 minutes for your check at the end of the night, you're not going to remember anything good about it. There's no different than a baseball game. So, you want to finish the games. You've got a lot vested in it. And it's a kick in the chest to your fans, to your players when you blow those games. So it's very, very important. And, it's an area that we've improved on this year compared to the Diamondback bullpen last year. It'll be always paramount for us to have a quality pen. And I think you've seen in postseason baseball, the Rangers, the Reds, the Giants, they all got better with pitching. We're not in the 90s again, the long ball era. Games reverting back to the way it was in the mid-'80s. The teams are winning with pitching.
And in that regard, the college game, obviously, with the draft coming up, you're spending a lot of time on the road as you have opportunity. You're here to see this matchup this weekend between Oregon State and UCLA, two teams with great arms. You'll see one of the best in the country today in Trevor Bauer, and Josh Osich for the Beavers isn't bad either. Do you see with the change in bats and the coefficient of restitution lowered and so on, that the college game may be coming in a little bit more in line to professional baseball, and that helps make your evaluation process a little bit easier?
Well, absolutely. I was just commenting, and I watched the UCLA batting practice, and not one home run, even in batting practice. Home runs are down throughout baseball, and I think at the college level, too, you're seeing more bunting, more hitting and more hit and runs, and the emphasis on, the big power pitchers, on the Friday, Saturday, even the kid Plutko that they have at UCLA is a pretty dominant Sunday starter. So I think the trickle-down effect has actually carried its way down to the college ranks. But I enjoy this time of the year. We're within a month of the draft. We have the number 3 pick, the number 7th pick in this year's draft. And, maybe a couple of these individuals that are out here today will be wearing Diamondback uniforms come June.
Final thing, Kevin. Kevin Towers, the general manager, gracious enough to give us a nice amount of his time as we get ready for Game 2. The Beavers and UCLA, the Beavers seeking another series win. I interviewed Joe Patterson on a local show in Corvallis the other day. I said, Joe, you played for Pat Casey, and now you're getting the opportunity to play for Kirk Gibson. As intensity goes, there's two big-time guys right there. How's it going for Kirk so far, a guy we all admired for the toughness and the competitiveness with which he played? How's that translating with your club from what you perceive right now?
He's great. I actually talked to him this morning prior to the game, told him where I was at, and I admired him as a player as well, and he has that same intensity level as a manager, and he was taught by Sparky Anderson and Jim Leland, two of the greatest in the game, and a lot like Pat Casey, strong emphasis on pick-off plays, slide steps, holding runners, bunt plays, doing the little things right. And the character and the culture has definitely changed in our clubhouse, from one that was expecting to lose or hoping to win to one that expects to win every night. And hopefully that'll carry over throughout the year. And happy to be teamed up with Gibby.
Kevin, thank you so much for your time. I know everybody listening back in the state of Oregon, in Medford today, we have an affiliate in Medford and Portland, up and down the state. I know the Spiegelbergs are happy to hear your voice and your kind words. It's great to connect with you here in Los Angeles. Thanks for the time, and good luck to you and the Diamondbacks.
All right, well, go Beavs.
Good sound. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Kevin Towers, the general manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks in town. As part of his duties getting ready for the draft next month, and a couple of guys who certainly we will hear their names called, and one of them may be first, according to some reports, in UCLA's Trevor Bauer. We'll take a break, come back with more on our pregame show, brought to you in part by Xfinity from Comcast. TV, internet, and phone reinvented. More choice, more control, more HD than ever before. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. Beautiful sunny Saturday in Los Angeles. The Beavers and Bruins coming up on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
Looking for the best all-you-can-eat buffet for only $1.99? Come to Big Ed's Chow House. But if you're looking for Big Ed, don't come to Big Ed's Chow House. Big Ed passed away last week at 47, leaving his wife and children struck down in his prime by the same disease that got his father, so he won't be around for his family. And sadly, it could have been detected early with a simple test. But Big Ed didn't get it.
Have you gotten the medical test you need? For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Citizens of America, this is a message from feedthepig.org. Americans spent more money than they earned in 2005. This is the first negative savings rate in the U.S. since the Great Depression. America, we must start feeding the pig. On the 1st and the 15th, we must pay ourselves before we pay anyone or anything. We must make a budget. Even consider cutting up a credit card. Log on to feedthepig.org today. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I'd like to report a bear sighting, as in Smokey Bear.
Continue.
I was burning yard waste. He told me to remember that if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
You know, 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
I know that now.
Thanks to me.
Actually, thanks to Smokey.
Get your Smokey on. Always burn responsibly and contact your local fire department for open burning regulations. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at smokeybear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
The Beavers and UCLA coming up on a gorgeous day in the Southland. Mike Parker along with Hank Hager, and our thanks to Kevin Towers, the general manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, taking time for us. Around the Fields, brought to you by Qdoba Mexican Grill, by Lynn Benton Tractor. Will be going into Casey's Corner. Brought to you by the aforementioned sponsor. Around the Fields are brought to you by Lynn Benton Tractor. Lynn Benton Tractor still doing business the American way. And just taking a look at a couple of notes for today's ball game. Trevor Bauer, and we'll hear more from Coach Casey in a moment about Trevor, is leading the Pac-10 in wins with 8, strikeouts with 127, innings pitched 82 2/3, opponent batting average 145. For an interesting read you might be able to find in the archives, Aaron Fitt of Baseball America, who interviewed Pat Casey at length last night following the Beavers' inspiring come-from-behind 7-5 win. Aaron Fitt in town to look at this series, and certainly will feature Coach Casey and the Beavers prominently in upcoming material both in print and online. But he had a long feature in the college preview edition this year in Baseball America on the dynamic duo of Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer. The Beavers were able to defeat Garrett Cole last night and now go after certainly Cole's better, superior, and perhaps as good as anybody in the country, and Trevor Bauer, who cites Tim Lincecum as his role model, and we'll hear from Coach Casey talk about the comparisons between Bauer and Lincecum as Beaver Game Day continues. It's great to have you with us. The Beavers hope to keep their hold on first place today with another win, and they will if they do win. Arizona State, though, remains a half game back. We'll be back with Casey's Corner, the Beavers in UCLA on a sunny day in Westwood, coming up on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
At Pacific Source Health Plans, we're in it for the people. We're in it for the person just like us on the other end of the phone. We're in it to help, to guide, to listen. For us, a good day means good service, good answers, and a good chance that we made someone's day a little bit better. That's why we're here. To learn more about our health plans for you, your family, or your company, visit us at PacificSource.com. Pacific Source Health Plans. We're in it for the people.
Since 1894, the rivalry between Oregon State and Oregon has grown to a fever pitch. The 2010-2011 Civil War Series is in full force, and the action this year between the Ducks and Beavers will be memorable. Year after year, the student athletes, coaches, and schools take great pride in being part of one of the longest rivalry series in the nation. The Civil War Series encompasses 10 sports where the Beavs and Ducks go head-to-head. Oregon State University would like to thank Pacific Source Health Plans as being a proud partner of the Civil War Series.
Samaritan Advantage is the affordable Medicare health plan located right in your own community. Keeping costs low is part of Samaritan's commitment to provide a local option for affordable, high-quality Medicare health and prescription drug benefits. If you are eligible for Medicare and live in Benton, Lincoln, or Lynn County, we've got you covered. Call or stop by our Corvallis office today and let us help you compare your plan with Samaritan Advantage. We may be able to help you lower your Medicare costs.
You gotta love a filet mignon. A simple statement of succulence. Just a straightforward steak so tender your taste buds won't believe it's lean. But don't be put off by a little French, because mignon, well, that's just fancy talk for mouth-watering. That's the filet. One of 29 lean cuts that make beef one powerful protein. Learn to love them all. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Brought to you by Oregon's farmers and ranchers, funded by the Beef Checkoff.
Back at Jackie Robinson Stadium on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, the Beavers seeking their 5th consecutive series win in Pac-10 play, going up against perhaps the best pitcher in the country in Trevor Bauer, but sending a very good one in their own right, Josh Osich, to the hill for Game 2. The Beavers winning Game 1 in impressive fashion. We go into Casey's Corner with Pat Casey, brought to you by Qdoba Mexican Grill. Qdoba Mexican Grill, more to explore. Pat, I visited with an old friend of yours, and in his first year as the general manager of the Arizona Diamondbacks, Kevin Towers, who was here last night, here for the series, getting ready for the draft next month. But he just said he was so impressed with the way you guys competed last night and won the ball game. And I'm sure you share his thoughts. That was a great win for your guys last night, the way they did it.
Yeah, we expect our guys to compete, and we don't think competing is, something that's an option, and so it's nice to have a guy that's does what Kevin Towers does, and that's run a major league franchise, talk about, our program and the way the kids compete, because, that's ultimately what you would hope for. There's days you're not as talented. We won't be as talented all weekend here, but if we outcompete them, then, we talked about that last night, then you got a chance to win. If the game's played on paper, we don't win against these guys. Certain other guys we do, that generally will carry you. That the way you compete will usually propel how you play in the game, and doesn't guarantee a win, but it certainly gives you that option and that opportunity.
And Pat, when people hear that word, compete, competitiveness, sometimes I think some people may limit that to trying real hard. There's more to it than that. I mean, and your guys competed last night from the standpoint of not giving up, but also after falling behind 5-1, the approach offensively was what it needed to be. They competed at the plate.
Well, Mike, we talked about, I think maybe the first week of the season after we talked about there's a difference between playing hard and competing. And for guys that can't figure that out, they don't play very much. For guys that figure it out, the game gets a lot easier. There's a lot of guys that play hard that don't compete, and, there's a big difference. And when kids figure that out, then you find winners. Darwin Varney was a perfect example of what a competitor was. That guy would find a way to beat you any way he could. Mitch Canham, another great example of someone that's done that. Right now, we got kids like Ryan Barnes doing it. We got kids like Parker Berbrett doing it. We got Ryan Dunn doing it. I mean, they have figured out what it means to compete. And when you figure that out, it makes the game so much easier.
Tyler Smith and Carter Bell could probably be thrown into that based on what Carter did. I mean, talk about knocks on the season, big hits. I think the 3-run homer Barnes hit in Tucson and Bell's triple last night might be in a category of 2 just in terms of the magnitude of those hits when they came.
There's no doubt. I mean, you couldn't get a bigger hit against a bigger arm. They tell me that Garrett Cole was slated to be the first guy taken in the country. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. I know they did a little damage to him last night because we knocked him around pretty good. But then, then we kind of let our guard down a little bit when they brought in the lefty, and I don't think we sustained that energy and that excitement. And, we're still dealing with a bunch of young guys. You're dealing with Calvin Kaiser going to play third today with Carter not being able to play today. He's a freshman. You got Ryan Dunn, who's never played for us before, a backup pitcher, or a reliever playing shortstop. Schmidt's still just a sophomore. So, we have to understand that. It's kind of hard to do that when you're in a pennant race and you're going down the stretch and you've played, 40 ball games. But in reality, we have to walk that fine line as a coaching staff is, what button do you push and how long do you push it?
Let's wrap it up, Coach, with a thought on the starting pitching matchup today. I've mentioned the names in Bauer and Osich, and certainly Kevin Towers here and many others in his profession in player development and so on here to watch Bauer and to watch Osich, too, who's high on a lot of people's boards. Our starting pitcher profile brought to you by Les Schwab Tire Centers. With over 400 locations, Les Schwab is proud to offer a network of protection as you travel throughout the West. When you come in, they come running. At Les Schwab, they appreciate your business. I don't think there's any question that Bauer's the best in the league and maybe the best in the country, but you guys, you competed against him last year and actually beat him up in Corvallis. To do it again now when his numbers are off the charts, good. What are the keys to making that happen? And then on the other side, Osich's challenge is certainly huge today.
Wow. When you look at Bauer's numbers, they're just crazy. They're a Lincecum type thing. He's got 127 strikeouts in 84 innings. He's walked 25 guys. He's given up 40-some hits. Right-handers hit, 135 against him, and lefties 124, some crazy deal. So here again, I've watched him on tape several times, and the guy is really freaky. He's a lot like Lincecum in the fact he's not very big. He'll go up and get you 95, 96, but he'll pitch at 92 to 95 all day long with a slider, breaking ball, and a change. That's what makes him devastating, is that he can throw his change at any count, and that just takes care of business for you. But
some of the thoughts of Pat Casey. We will have the lineups and first pitch coming up. The Beavers and UCLA from Los Angeles on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
You and your family are connected by routine, and you stick to it. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if your day's routine is disrupted and you can't reach your family? Have you planned for that? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, be ready. Get a kit. Make a plan. Be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
Hands can do incredible things. They made every sound in this piece of music. But nothing compares to using them to help save a life. If an adult suddenly collapses, call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of their chest until help arrives. It's called hands-only CPR, and it's recommended by the American Heart Association. Visit handsonlycpr.org today. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Michelle Obama. The images from Haiti are heartbreaking. Homes, hospitals, and schools destroyed, families searching for loved ones, parents trying to feed their children. We can help the American Red Cross as it delivers the food, water, and medicine that can save lives. The people of Haiti are struggling to survive. Please visit redcross.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to help today. Brought to you by the American Red Cross and the Ad Council.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. It's kind of like an elephant is on my chest. I feel like I'm choking. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital.
You know how to react to their asthma attacks. Here's how to prevent them. Call 1-866-NO-ATTACKS. Visit www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ed Ray, president of Oregon State University. If you walk across campus today, you can't help but notice the construction boom. Donors are to thank for more than a dozen building projects. These facilities create labs for internationally relevant research and spaces for collaboration among high-achieving students and outstanding faculty. I like to say they house the future for our students, our state, our world. Join us at campaignforosu.org.
I'm here with Julie. Julie can sign up for Xfinity TV, internet, and voice for a great price.
Really?
She'll get thousands of on-demand choices ready to watch instantly. And with Xfinity Internet, she can even watch them online with lightning-fast internet speeds.
Next, you'll say I get unlimited nationwide calls with Xfinity Voice.
Are you reading my notes?
Call 1-800-XFINITY and get Xfinity TV, internet, and voice. Just $99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Add for promo. Regular rates apply. Equipment installation, taxes, franchise, and phone fees extra.
As a mom, you are all-knowing.
Your iPod? On the kitchen counter. Under your backpack. Soccer ball. Oh, next to Buddy's squeaky toy.
But sometimes you need some help.
Anybody seen my keys?
At the Corvallis Clinic, we understand, particularly if you're looking for the right physician. Just go to our Find a Physician link at corvallisclinic.com. There you can even request your doctor's appointment online. It's just another way we are making trusted care more convenient for our patients. Now, if only all things were so simple.
Never mind.
Right in my hand. The Corvallis Clinic. Exceptional doctors, trusted care.
The Corvallis Clinic, proud sponsors of Oregon State Beaver Baseball. Go Beavs!
Beaver Baseball is brought to you by Dairy Mart. With 44 stores throughout the Mid-Willamette Valley, chances are there's a Dairy Mart near you. By Comcast, Xfinity TV, Internet, and phone. Only from Comcast. U.S. Bank. All of us serving you. Campaign for OSU.org. This amazing place, this historic moment. Barrett Business Services, a human resource management company. Also brought to you by Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952. Now with the call of the game, here's Mike Parker.
Michael Miller leading off. First ball swinging, a towering pop fly into shallow left field. The shortstop, Pat Valleca, goes out and drops the ball. A two-base error. Ryan Barnes to the plate to try to move Miller over. And Barnes, who did a good job in last night's ball game, both with a sacrifice bunt, his team leading sixth of the year, and a sacrifice fly, bunts the first pitch foul and out of play. Literally on a bunt attempt, out of play. That's how fast the fastball coming in from Bauer is. The 0-1 pitch with Miller at second, nobody out on a two-base error, bunted foul at the plate. And now Ryan Barnes in a hole against Bauer. No balls and 2 strikes. Bauer out of the stretch with Miller at second, nobody out. Miller starting in center field. The strike 2 pitch is a check swing in the dirt, no swing, and Ryan Barnes still up there with a count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just getting started. Michael Miller, and we'll feed you the Corvallis Clinic starting lineups as we go here in the top of the first inning. The Corvallis Clinic, a proud sponsor of OSU baseball and OSU Science and Health scholarships. The Corvallis Clinic says go Beavs. Valleca dropping a towering pop fly for a 2-base error. Miller at second. The 1-2 breaking ball to Barnes taken. Strike 3 called. Great pitch. Barnes not able to move the runner and mad at himself, and was also exiting the right side of the box before the home plate umpire, Jake Uhlenhop, even was beginning to call it strike 3. That's how good the pitch was by Bauer and how clear Barnes was that the at-bat was over. Ryan not able to get the bunt down, and no easy chore against the fastball with the kind of movement that Trevor Bauer has. Miller aboard at second on the 2-base error on the drop pop-up by Pat Valleca, the shortstop, in shallow left field. Danny Hayes, the designated hitter, steps in and takes a fastball very high from Trevor Bauer, the Pac-10 pitcher of the week, 3 weeks running. An incredible set of numbers is behind a Hayes 1-0. His shortstop, Pat Valleca, dropping the pop fly in shallow left, and Michael Miller hustling, able to get into second base on the play. Barnes strikes out looking. Now Danny Hayes, the DH, at 284. Takes very high with a fastball, ball 2, 2-0. Danny trying to give the Beavers the early lead. Hayes last night had a key hit, a double that started the 6-run 5th inning, wherein the Beavers scored 6 to take the lead and held on the rest of the way to win 7-5. Hayes 284, 2 homers, 29 runs batted in. Beautiful, clear Saturday afternoon in the Southland. The great Trevor Bauer ready. The 2-0 pitch, very high. Ball 3-0. Now, Bauer is also a control artist. 8-1 record, 1.42 ERA, a team batting average against of 145 is UCLA's all-time winner and strikeout leader. He's behind 3-0 to Hayes. In 82 2/3, 25 walks yielded by Bauer. His 3-0 pitch is very high and inside, ball 4. And Trevor Bauer nodding his head several times after the 4-pitch walk to Hayes as if, yeah, he's fine. He's got everything under control, and he might indeed. Jared Norris, the batter, but the Beavers do have 2 on and 1 out in the top of the first inning with Jared Norris climbing in. Jared at 295 with 16 runs batted in. Had a big RBI double and scored a run in that 6-run 5th inning by drawing a walk. Drove in the Beavers' first run to tie the game with a double in the 3rd inning. 1 for 4 last night. Jared hitting 295. Miller at second. Hayes at first. Trevor Bauer from the stretch works Jared very high, ball 1. That's 5 way out of the zone, and Steve Rodriguez, the catcher, out to the mound to talk to his battery mate. As he does so, we want to pause and let our network stations identify themselves on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. So a 10-second break for station identification. This is Beaver Baseball from Learfield Sports. Jared Norris with a count of 1 ball and no strikes. Miller at second, Hayes at first, 1 out. Trevor Bauer out of the stretch. The right-hander delivers on the inside corner for a strike, and the count 1-1. Bauer, a tremendous 4-pitch mix, but according to John Savage, the head coach, and Bauer himself, he actually has a repertoire consistent of 11 different pitches, just in the way he varies grips and breaks on his breaking ball, his change, and his fastball, but he lives 92 to 97. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Comes back to Norris, breaking ball, and a big one, but misses. Down and in. Ball 2, 2-1. Bauer has the great fastball, but he says he uses it only 40% of the time. And he loves to mix in his other pitches. Very cerebral approach, and just a great pitcher. The Beavers were able to scratch for some runs and render Bauer with a no decision last year in a 4-1 win in Corvallis. 2 balls and a strike, 2 on, 1 out, no score, top of the first. Bauer delivers, fastball very high, ball 3, 3-1. Kevin Keyes, the freshman, on deck. Keyes following Bauer's example. Bauer graduated early from nearby Hart High School a few years ago. He's a junior now, but he graduated early and made a mark as a true freshman when he should have been a senior in high school. Going 9-3 for the Bruins in 2009. Came back last year to go 12-3 and is 8-1 this year, 29-7. Not too bad. He's behind a Norris, 3-1. Works Jared on the outside corner for a strike, and the count 3-2. In the inning, Pat Baleka dropped a high pop-up off the bat of Michael Miller. Miller got to second base on the error. Ryan Barnes struck out, not able to get a bunt down on the first 2 pitches, then looked at a nasty hammer for strike 3. Danny Hayes, a 4-pitch walk. Now Norris at the plate with a count of 3-2, 1 out. Jared Norris batting cleanup at first base. Kevin Keyes, the third baseman, on deck batting 5th. Parker Berberet hitting 6th and catching. The 3-2 pitch with the runners going, tap foul at the plate. Norris does a nice job to stay alive. Getting a little piece of it with the runners Miller and Hayes on the move. The count remains 3-2. Ryan Dunn batting 7th at shortstop. Garrett Nash hitting 8th in center field. Tyler Smith batting 9th at second, and Josh Osich 5-1, 3.30 on the mound. UCLA's Trevor Bauer with a count of 3-2 on Jared Norris. Miller from second, Hayes from first. And again, the runners go. The 3-2 pitch popped up on the left side. The Beavers going to have a tough time getting back in foul territory. Regis the catch. Miller does hustle back and get safely into second. Jared Norris fouling off the 3-2 pitch. And now a battle of guys who took a similar path to their collegiate careers. Bauer is further along on his, so that will make it interesting in its own right. But here's Kevin Keyes, 317, no homers, 15 runs batted in. Kevin and the Beavers 11-2 start in league play, hitting .326 with 7 RBIs, and has a chance to do some big damage here in the first inning against one of the best pitchers in the nation. The first pitch to Keyes, he swings and fouls it straight back. Fastball elevated. Keyes got a piece of it. No balls and a strike to Kevin. Parker Berberet on deck. Michael Miller at second. Danny Hayes at first base. And the Beavers, as they did throughout the first 5 or 6 innings yesterday, putting pressure on UCLA. They were somewhat subdued in the later innings, but they had 7 runs in the bank, and it was enough to win. Putting pressure on the great Trevor Bauer here at the outset today. No balls and a strike, and Bauer looks Michael Miller back to the bag. Trevor Bauer and Steve Rodriguez, the battery for the Bruins, with Dean Espy at first, Trevor Brown at second, Pat Baleka at short, Cody Regis at third, with Cody Kiefer in left, Bo Amaral in center, Chris Giovinazzo in right. The outfield straight away for Keyes, who uses the entire field. The 0-1 breaking ball is in the dirt. Good block by Rodriguez to keep the ball around the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cavan, 1 for 4. Followed Danny Hayes' double with a double of his own to deep right to help fuel the Beavers' 6-run rally in the 5th inning. Keyes looking for a base hit here. The first baseman, Dean Espy, deep at first and near the line. And Kevin Keyes looking for a hole against Bauer. With Miller at second, Hayes at first. Breaking ball strike to Kevin, and the count 1-2. Jake Eulenhop, the home plate umpire this afternoon. Jason Venzon, the first base umpire. Jim Garman, postage stamp strike zone, now out at third base. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kevin Keyes. Miller at second, Hayes at first. Anything that would score if the Beavers are able to scratch for something here would be unearned. Miller getting on the drop pop-up to open the game. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Keyes. Swung on, foul tipped, and dropped. Kevin Keyes stays alive. Rodriguez not quite able to hang on. Trevor Bauer makes no secret that he loves strikeouts and goes after strikeouts. His approach is strikeout-oriented, and the all-time strikeout leader at UCLA with 388 now and counting. 29 wins. The conference leader in strikeouts. One of the great pitchers in the country, and a lot of baseball personnel. There must be 12 to 15 radar guns down below with scouts keeping notes and charts of Bauer's work, and they'll do so with Osich as well. The 1-2 pitch to Keyes is swung on and missed for strike 3. The Beavers get a huge break. I mean, they won't see a break like that perhaps for the rest of the season. A routine pop-up drop for a 2-base error. But they're not able to take advantage, and that's because of Trevor Bauer and his great competitiveness. For the Beavers in the first, no runs, no hits, 1 Bruin error, 2 left. After half an inning, the Beavers nothing. UCLA coming up on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live united. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Wow, that's a lot of books. Little one at home? Yeah. Let's see. Child-proofing your home, child-proofing your yard, child-proofing your in-laws' home and yard.
Of all the things you can read to keep your child safe, the most important is attached to their car seat. Read the instruction manual and use the latch system. It makes it easier to be sure your child's car seat is installed correctly. Learn more at safercar.gov. Anchor, tether, latch. The next generation of child safety. A message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Bottom of the first inning at Jackie Robinson Stadium. The Beavers failed to score, leaving 2 on base. Leaving runners on base was a disturbing pattern early last night. The Beavers finally broke it with a 6-run fifth. It figures they will have less opportunities against Trevor Bauer, just based on the numbers and the makeup and the character that Bauer brings to the chore. Josh Osich knows he has to be as good as he's been all year for the Beavers to have a shot to win the series today. And Josh, to that end, goes to work on Jeff Jelilich, the designated hitter. And the first pitch from Osich is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Jeff. The left-hand hitting DH at 276, a homer, 6 RBIs. Osich's strike one pitch sails high and away. Jelilich 0 for 3, scored a run, drew a walk in last night's 7-5 Beaver win. Jelilich leading off for UCLA as we complete the Corvallis Clinic starting lineups. Bo Amaral on deck, the center fielder. The 2-1 fastball, 1-1 fastball, I should say, fouled back by Jelilich. And the count 1-2. Amaral in the 2-hole in center. Dean Espy batting third at first base. Cody Regis, the cleanup hitter at third base for John Savage's Bruins. Chris Giovinazzo batting fifth and right. Cody Kiefer hitting sixth and left. Osich's changeup on the 1-2 pitch is chopped back of first, a foul ball. And the count remains 1-2. Hitting seventh in left field for the Bruins is Cody Kiefer. Pat Valleca hitting Valleca hitting seventh at shortstop. Steve Rodriguez hitting eighth and catching. Trevor Brown batting ninth at second. And we've already met Trevor Bauer, who put a 0 up on the Beavers in the top of the first. Now Josh Osich working on Jelilich. The 1-2 pitch spins up what appeared to be a slider, breaking ball, but he hasn't thrown one in a game unless today was the day to bust it out. He missed with it, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score, bottom of the first inning. Osich off the rubber for a moment. Josh reading his battery mate Parker Berberet with Jared Norris at first, Tyler Smith at second, Ryan Dunn at short, Kevin Keyes at third. The 2-2 fastball taken, strike 3 called. Josh Osich off to a good start as he fans Jeff Jelilich to open the Bruins' first inning, and Bo Amaral will come to the plate. Bo, an outfielder with speed and a good bat, 3 for 5 with 2 runs scored in last night's ball game, hitting .326. Couple of homers, 18 runs batted in. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the first inning, no score. Amaral, another left-handed hitter. Osich ready to work to him and starts him with a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. Josh looking loose, fast, and easy here in the bottom of the first inning. Amaral out of the box for a moment. In the outfield for the Beavers, Ryan Barnes in left, Garrett Nash in center, Michael Miller in right. Amaral taking a lot of time out of the box, and Osich was ready to pitch as soon as Bo stepped in. Osich comes back 0-1 and just misses the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Umpires have been very vigilant in keeping hitters in the box this year, trying to make sure that the games move along in more orderly fashion. But Amaral was given plenty of latitude between pitches moments ago. Now he swings and misses at the 1-1 fastball. 1-2 the count to Bo Amaral. Dean Espy on deck. Amaral again out of the box, taking a couple of practice hacks. Very deliberate approach, much more deliberate for Bo this afternoon than it was against Gavilio last night. 1 out, nobody on, no score. Osich rocks, kicks, and the lefty delivers. Fastball fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Amaral again out of the box for a moment with Dean Espy waiting his turn. The Beavers left 2 in the top of the first inning. One of them a true gift in the form of a routine pop fly drop. Changeup swung on and missed, strike 3. And Osich has back-to-back strikeouts here in the bottom of the first inning. Dean Espy will come to the plate. Espy hitting .317, a homer, and 28 runs batted in. On this warm Saturday afternoon in Los Angeles, we've yet to see Trevor Bauer go out and throw between innings, but he is wont to do that. Espy swings late at the fastball, doesn't get it. 0-1 the count. 94 miles per hour on the fastball from Josh Osich. Josh has struck out the first two Bruins, kicks and comes back 0-1. A changeup bounced to Kevin Keyes at third. Kevin up with it, throws across to first for the out. And Josh Osich has a smoother first inning than his much more ballyhooed counterpart. But the result is the same. Zeros on the board for both. Osich strikes out two and retires the Bruins in order. Bauer takes his running start from behind the mound in his unorthodox way. The freak, too, patterns himself after Lincecum and does a lot of odd things, which includes throwing between innings. He didn't throw between the top and bottom of the first. We go to the second. The Beavers nothing, the Bruins nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
It doesn't matter what your company makes. Cars, computers, widgets. Every company uses humans. That's right. People are a company's most important resource. That's where we come in. Barrett Business Services, a human resource management company. We're your partner in profitability because we help you take care of your company's people. Barrett Business Services, 541-207-3129.
American Family Insurance has a special policy for the Way family. It's called the I'm a good driver, but I'm not so sure about everyone else. We just finished the edition and we're already feeling overcrowded. And we haven't reassessed our life insurance since disco ruled policy. American Family understands every family is unique, so we work with you to choose from over 375 products and features to create your custom family protection. Is your coverage as unique as your family? Find out at amfam.com/family.
No score to the second inning. Parker Berberette leading matters off against UCLA. And Trevor Bauer, first pitch off speed high, comes back with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Low and inside ball, too. And I'm divining that, actually not really divining it, reading the many guns right below me here in the press box. Off speed, swung on and missed. The count, 1 2 strikes. More guns trained here than at a shooting range, it would appear. I mean, it's just unbelievable. With Berberette at the plate, no score in the second inning. And the pitch to Parker is high and inside. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. 3 balls and a strike to Parker Berberette with Ryan Dunn on deck, Garrett Nash to follow. The Beavers got 2 on base in the first, left both. Berberette takes the 3-1 pitch for a strike and the count 3-2. The other odd thing about Bauer, he will throw a lot of pitches between innings, we are told, during starts. He'll go to the bullpen, can end up throwing 220 to 230 pitches combined with the game and what he does on the side. Berberette jumps on a 3-2 pitch and hits it foul down the left field line and out of play. But when he comes out between innings, he only throws 5 warm-up pitches and then says he's ready. Unorthodox ways in his training regimen, in his delivery, but it's all worked beautifully for Trevor Bauer to the point that he has a chance to be the #1 overall pick. Fastball challenging Berberette, and Parker goes after a pitch that was probably ball 4, but tantalized by the high heat, Berberette got a little piece of it to hang in there. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. Today's play-by-play is presented by Xfinity from Comcast. Xfinity from Comcast, TV, internet, and phone reinvented. More choice, more control, more HD than ever before. Call 1-800-XFINITY today. The 3-2 breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3. Good pitch by the right-hander Trevor Bauer. That's 3 strikeouts for Bauer, Berberette fans. And Ryan Dunn will come to the plate. Dunn hitting .280. A couple of homers and 19 runs batted in. Bauer, 29-7 in his career. Led Division I in strikeouts last year. His first pitch misses high and inside to Dunn. Ball 1, 1-0. Bauer working on Ryan Dunn with 1 out, nobody on, no score in the second inning. Trevor kicks and comes back, and the fastball's high and inside, ball 2. Bauer turns his back on home plate for a moment. Garrett Cole's body language last night, I'm told, did not necessarily earn him the high marks of the many scouts and GMs that were on hand for the ball game. Cole let a tight zone affect him a bit. The 2-0 fastball to Dunn is in there for a strike, and the count 2-1. Dunn with a good ball game, both offensively and defensively. He went 2 for 5, drove in a run, a big run in the ball game, the tying run, and made a great play to save a run. The 2-1 pitch is a strike, and the count 2-2. Bauer has been touched for 4 home runs among the 41 hits that he's yielded. Only 41 hits in 82 2/3. The Beavers yet to have a hit. 2-2 breaking ball misses high, ball 3, 3-2. But 4 of those hits have been home runs. 4, a number that doesn't seem quite commensurate with all of the others, but part of that is the sheer power that he provides at times, and if he doesn't locate, he can be hurt. It doesn't happen often. Ryan Dunn swings and lines one to left field for a base hit. Good approach by Dunn. The Beavers have their first hit, only the 42nd hit all season against Trevor Bauer. And for the second time today, the catcher for the Bruins, Steve Rodriguez, out to talk to his battery mate. Garrett Nash starting in center field. The switch hitter will come to the plate. A 1-out single for Dunn. And the Beavers again in the form of a base hit here, putting a little bit of pressure on one of the best arms in America, Trevor Bauer, yielding the 1-out single. Hope you enjoyed the spring game today. I don't have any reports yet on how it went, but we'll apprise you of the draft status of the Beaver football players in this year's NFL draft. Nash out in front of the first pitch, hits it foul off to the right and out of play. No balls and a strike. The baseball draft that we've been talking about with Kevin Towers and many other scouts, player personnel folks here at the ballpark today watching Bauer and Osich, the Beavers and the Bruins. No score in the second. Congratulations to Stephen Paya, going in the second round yesterday, the 53rd overall pick to the Chicago Bears. And today, Gabe Miller in the 5th round to Kansas City. Breaking ball and a good one to Garrett Nash in the count 0-2. And in the 5th round, 5 picks later, Miller goes as the 140th pick to Kansas City. Jacquizz Rodgers, 5 picks later in the 5th round to the Atlanta Falcons. Congratulations to all 3. Here at Jackie Robinson Stadium, Robinson a great football player in his own right. The Beavers with a 1-out single from Ryan Dunn. Garrett Nash down in the count 0-2. Tyler Smith on deck. The strike 2 breaking ball taken. Strike 3 called. Nash becomes the 4th strikeout victim for one of the great strikeout masters in the game in Trevor Bauer. 2 down, and Tyler Smith the batter. Tyler hitting .256 with 11 runs batted in. Smith went 1 for 4, scored a run in last night's ball game, and was a big part of the Beavers' 6-run 5th inning. Smith at the plate now with 2 down. Ryan Dunn at first. A throw over there, and Dunn steps back to the bag. Good quick move by Bauer. Marty Lees, the Beavers' associate head coach, in the box down at third in his 10th year. Ryan Gibson, former Beaver, the undergraduate assistant, coaching at first. Bauer from the stretch. And the first pitch on the way to Smith is a breaking ball strike, and the count 0-1. And indeed, Bauer is living up to his own description of his approach. While he has a dynamic fastball, 92 to 97, lives around 93, 94. Garrett Cole, who can touch 100, calls, therefore, Bauer a thumber. Does throw a lot of off-speed and breaking stuff. Very comfortable with a 4-pitch mix. He misses high and inside with a fastball to Smith. And the count 1-1 to Tyler, who backs out, has a look at Marty Lees. Ryan Dunn does not have good speed at first. It's doubtful that any sort of play would be on here. With 2 down, no score in the second inning. Tyler Smith having a sensational run through Pac-10 play, hitting .500 at the start of the day in conference play. At 16 of 32 with 6 RBIs. Watches as Bauer throws over to first again, keeping Ryan Dunn close. Dunn, a 1-out single, the Beavers' first hit of the day. Bauer kicks and comes to Schmidt, and Smitty swings and doesn't get it. The count 1-2. Comparisons between Bauer and Tim Lincecum are inevitable, and Bauer has indeed championed himself after Lincecum. One of the more dominant pitching performances against the Beavers in the modern Pac-10 era. Lincecum's 16 strikeouts against the Beavers in the 2006 season at Goss Stadium of Coleman Field. Bauer trying to fan the side here, but Smith has something else for him. A line drive to center on the breaking ball, but Bo Amaral puts it away. Good swing by Smith, nevertheless. Hitting the breaking ball on the screws, but for an out. The Beavers do get a hit. No runs, one hit, no errors, a man left. And our score at the end of 1.5 in Los Angeles. The Beavers nothing, UCLA nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
Diary entry, August 15th. My joints ache. Today I can hardly move. I need some answers.
September 3rd. I'm tired all the time. What's going on?
What's going on? June 8th. I woke up with a rash on my face. I want to know why.
For answers, ask your doctor the right question. Could I have lupus? For answers, for support, for hope, visit couldihavelupus.gov or call 1-800-994-9662. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office on Women's Health and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Drew Brees, NFL quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, here with Bugs Bunny to remind you to get moving every day.
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
you fuel your body and your mind.
So what do you like to throw around the football like Drew?
Skateboard, ride a bike, or dance in your room.
Just move it your way.
And be a player.
Get up and play an hour a day, Doc. Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
At letsmove.gov. A message from the Ad Council and HHS.
Bottom of the second inning at Jackie Robinson Stadium under the Saturday afternoon sunshine in the Southland. Josh Osich goes to work with a first pitch fastball to Cody Regis. The left-hand hitting third baseman at .299, 2 homers, 26 runs batted in. 0-1 the count. Osich throwing hard in the mid-90s. The lefty comes back. Fastball away. Ball 1, 1-1. T.J. Bruce coaching down at third base for the Bruins. Jake Silverman at first. Rick Vanderhook calls the offense from within the dugout on the third base side. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Osich ahead of the count to Cody Regis. 1-2. Josh retired the side in order in the bottom of the first inning with 2 strikeouts. He's ahead to Regis here in the second. 1-2 the count. Chris Giovinazzo on deck. Osich winds, kicks, the lefty delivers, and runs the fastball low and in. Ball 2, 2-2. 330 down both lines here at Jackie Robinson. 370 to the power alleys. 395 feet to straightaway center. And some breezes blowing out towards center field. Not strong, but noticeable. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball taken. Strike 3 called. And Osich has his third strikeout. So far, the pitching matchup. And last night, we were enamored of the marquee. Had there been one outside of Jackie Robinson Stadium listing Gavilio and Cole. And certainly a matchup worthy of a marquee. Well, today so far, Osich and Osich and Bauer have certainly been a great tandem in their own right. A changeup swung on and missed by Chris Giovinazzo. Giovinazzo came on as a pinch hitter midway through yesterday and went 1 for 2. No balls and a strike to Chris. No score in the second. Osich delivers another change, swung on and missed. And Osich is ahead of the count to Giovinazzo. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 changeups. No score, bottom of the second inning. The teams will wrap up the series tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 12:30 here in Los Angeles. Osich comes back to the plate with the 0-2 fastball, swung on, foul tipped, and held. Strike 3. Josh Osich has it working today. He struck out 4 of the first 5 hitters. And Cody Kiefer, left-hand hitting left fielder, at the plate. Cody hitting .302 with 9 runs batted in. And Osich indeed looking fast and loose, comfortable here early. The left-hander delivers to Kiefer. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Pat Bailey with the scouting report in hand, adjusting the outfielders a couple of steps. Garrett Nash shifted a little bit more now towards left center. Osich comes back and misses with a fastball away. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Adam Plutko will start for UCLA tomorrow. The Beavers starter to be determined. Osich kicks and comes back with a 1-1 offering. Fastball for a strike. And Josh is ahead of the count, 1-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on. Bottom of the second inning, no score. And Osich is a strike away from fanning the side. Pat Valleca on deck. Osich steps off the back of the rubber for a moment. Left on left here. And the power lefty out of Boise kicks and comes 1-2 and bounces the changeup. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Pacific Source Health Plans is supporting the nonprofit Friends of Baseball, and we'll tell you more about that as we go today. Next Tuesday, Pacific Source Health Plans presenting Civil War Baseball at Goff Stadium at Coleman Field. The 2-2 pitch is fouled straight back, and the count remains 2-2. The nonprofit Friends of Baseball encourage you through Pacific Source Health Plans to bring your new and like-new baseball or softball equipment to the Beaver USC game May 22nd at Goff Stadium at Coleman Field. Your cash and equipment donations will provide disadvantaged young athletes the opportunity to play baseball. A high drive to deep right field, hooking in the corner, foul off the bat of Cody Kiefer. Kiefer gets out in front and just missed, giving the Bruins and Bauer a 1-0 lead. The count remains 2-2. So again, we ask you to mark it down May 22nd. Pacific Source Health Plans supporting the nonprofit Friends of Baseball. Please bring new or like-new baseball or softball equipment to the game, and young people in the community will have a chance to play baseball and softball. Learn more at pacificsource.com/Friends of Baseball. The 2-2 fastball from Osich swung on and missed for strike 3, and that's baseball indeed. Cody Kiefer just misses a home run. On the next pitch, he strikes out. The inning is over. Osich fans the side and has 5 strikeouts through 2 innings. And our score at the end of 2, the Bruins and the Beavers are scoreless on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
All of us at U.S. Bank congratulate all of you who have started to save. For weddings, cars, vacations. Just start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow. The easy and rewarding way to save your way to $1,000. What a great start. Join the thousands who are saving thousands at any U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/start, or call 800-720-BANK. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Requires a U.S. Bank package of qualifying transfers. Terms and conditions apply. See START program agreement for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A., member FDIC.
At Pacific Source Health Plans, we're in it for the people. We're in it for the person just like us on the other end of the phone. We're in it to help, to guide, to listen. For us, a good day means good service, good answers, and a good chance that we made someone's day a little bit better. That's why we're here. To learn more about our health plans for you, your family, or your company, visit us at pacificsource.com. Pacific Source Health Plans. We're in it for the people.
We go to the 3rd inning at Jackie Robinson Stadium. Trevor Bauer will go to work on Michael Miller. No score. And the first pitch misses a little low and inside. Ball 1, 1-0. Miller hit the game's first pitch high in the air. That was dropped by the shortstop, Pat Valleca, to open the game. A 2-base error. Miller ended up being stranded at second base. Danny Hayes also walked in that inning. But the Beavers left both men on base. Ryan Dunn getting the Beavers' first hit last inning. So the Beavers have left 3. Miller swings and misses. The count 1-1. Trevor Bauer comes back and sails the fastball high and inside, ball 2. Former Beaver Braden Wells, part of the great run in 2007 to the national title, joins us here making the trip across the desert over to Los Angeles from the Phoenix area. 2 balls and a strike. Braden and his father Don making the journey, and it's great to see Braden back. We're going to say hi to Braden here in a moment. Miller, a drag bunt up along first. If it stays fair, it's an out, but it's a foul ball fielded by Dean Espy in foul territory, so Miller's still alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score in the 3rd, and Braden, it is nice to see you. How are you today?
Good to see you too, Mike. It's a beautiful day for some baseball, huh? We got some great pitchers out there.
Boy, how about the matchup so far, huh?
Holy cow, you couldn't ask for anything better on a Friday, Saturday night combo.
Now, a good game last night, great win for the Beavers, and Bauer and Osich today. I mean, I know all the scouts. I mean, there's more radar guns here than I've ever seen at any time.
Oh, I mean, they just fill up the whole back section. There's no room for fans back there.
The 2-2 fastball fouled back, and the count remains 2-2. What have you seen so far from both these guys?
You know, Bowers, looks like he's overthrown a little bit and trying to do a little too much, and he's a quality pitcher. Obviously, his stats tell all. And Osich is just coming at him with a fastball, and I don't think they're expecting it. He's just attacking him.
The 2-2 pitch, Miller swings and doesn't get it, strike 3, and Michael retired for the fifth strikeout, for Trevor Bauer, who just racks him up. And Braden, you can see why. I mean, he has such a mix, doesn't he?
Oh, I mean, they don't know what's coming. I mean, I was sitting down there, and they're coming back like, was that a splitter? You know, what was that? Because he hides the ball so well, and even though he's losing his fastball command, he's got some great pitches to put guys away. So we're, it's going to be a battle today. You can tell that from the get-go.
Ryan Barnes takes high and inside, ball 1-0. Barnes struck out looking after he wasn't able to get the bunt down with Michael Miller aboard on the gift error to open the game at second base. The 1-0 fastball in there for a strike to Ryan, and the count 1-1. But, you know, I saw Barnes trying to get the bunt down on those consecutive fastballs that Bauer threw him, and it's not easy to do when the ball's moving like it does and difficult to pick up, as you say. Barnes is jammed, rolls one slowly to the second baseman, Trevor Brown, who shovels to first just in time to get Ryan. 2 away, nobody out, nobody on in the third, no score, and Danny Hayes, the batter. But tell me a little bit, Braden, about the difficulty of trying to bunt against a guy like this guy.
You know, it's difficult. You're shaking up there. You know, he's coming with some great pitches, and I mean, it just comes down to executing. You got to get the ball down and play and get that runner over to third base. I mean, it is difficult, though. You got to give them that. And that's the thing the Beavers have done so well through the Pat Casey era. They did it well under the great coaches here in the past, and Jack Riley and Gene Canzelli and Ralph Coleman and Slats Gill and Paul Valenti, who was an assistant coach too. Hayes swings and doesn't get it. 0-1 the count. You're going back to the early 1900s.
Well, I'm going back a ways. You know, I know but there's obviously a great legacy at Oregon State in baseball players and coaches. Fastball foul back by Hayes, and Danny quickly in a hole, 0-2. And I know you know Coach Valenti, and like we all do, love the man.
Oh, he's a great guy. I mean, he's a smiling face around the OSU campus any day of the week.
2 outs, nobody on in the third. Former Beaver Braden Wells joining us. We'll get caught up with Braden here in a moment as we watch Trevor Bauer work on Danny Hayes. The Beavers trying to win a series today, and there's Bauer overthrowing that fastball. Again, he walked Hayes on 4 pitches in the first. Is that what you're talking about right there?
Yeah, he's definitely, overthrown that fastball, and he's not commanded it. Osich is coming right at him and painting the lower half of the zone, and Bauer's losing it, but he's making up for it with some other pitches. So
the 1-2 breaking ball taken, strike 3 called, such as that, right? And the inning is over. 2 more strikeouts. That's 2 per inning, and that's about norm for Trevor Bauer. He struck out 6 through 3. The Beavers go in order for the first time. And after 2.5, the Beavers nothing, the Bruins nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I'd like to report a bear sighting, as in Smokey Bear.
Continue.
I was burning yard waste. He told me to remember that if it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave.
You know, 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans. That means 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
I know that now.
Thanks to me.
Actually, thanks to Smokey.
Get your Smokey on. Always burn responsibly and contact your local fire department for open burning regulations. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
No score, bottom of the third inning. Mike Parker joined by former Beaver Braden Wells. Braden making the trip across from Phoenix to watch this great series between the Beavers and Bruins. Josh Osich delivers, and the first pitch, a bunt attempt foul. Pat Valeka bunting it foul, the count 0-1. Pat Valeka, Steve Rodriguez, Trevor Brown, bottom of the third, no score. Braden, I know you noted last night, as we all did, I mean, UCLA loves to bunt, and they're good at it. They do a very good job in the short game. The strike one pitch just misses inside, the count 1-1.
And to note that, I mean, the Beavers were talking about how the foul lines they're angled so the bunts stay fair.
Mm-hmm. No, they groom their park for their ball club, and they have that prerogative. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled back, and the count 1-2. I don't want to jinx Josh, and you've already talked about, how he's doing, but he looks comfortable, fast and loose today. I know you haven't seen him in every start, but it hasn't always been the case, but he looks pretty comfortable today.
Well, I got a chance to talk to him for about 10 minutes before the game, and he sounded calm and comfortable and just ready to go. I mean, you can tell a lot about a pitcher, how he's going to do before the game just by talking to him, and he was calm, ready to go, and, he wanted the ball, so he was ready for it.
Comes with a 1-2 change that Valeka tried to hold up on, and according to Jason Venzon did at first base, leading to wrath of Coach Casey being expressed. The 2-2 swung on, foul tipped, held, strike 3, and that's 4 straight strikeouts for Josh Osich, and he has 5 on the game, 6 now, 6 strikeouts, 5 of the first 6 hitters. Steve Rodriguez, the batter. Tell me a little bit more about that, what you just, I guess, observed or witnessed and just talking to him beforehand.
He was calm. He came over and was just chatting it up, and he wasn't nervous at all. You're facing one of the best pitchers in the nation. Obviously they were runners up in the College World Series last year, a great team, and they return a lot of players. And that was one of the reasons why I chose to come over was just 2 great teams battling it out, and you couldn't ask much more about college baseball right here than these 2 teams gutting it out right now.
Steve Rodriguez taking the first pitch outside. The 1-0 offering is fouled straight back and into the row of scouts, and I think a scout with his thick notebook. Fortunately, that scout has kept a lot of notes because it provided some padding to reach up and keep the ball from landing on his head. Good use of the clipboard.
I think he'd have a little better hands being around the game, though.
Yeah,
huh?
I would think maybe that's why he's scouting. Yeah. One never knows. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. I know that's why certain people get into the broadcast fold. 1-1, 1 out, nobody on, no score, bottom of the third. Osich to the plate, just off the plate with a fastball away. The count 2-1. People have said, now with all these scouts here and Bauer, a potential 1-1 guy in the draft, Josh certainly has a chance to be a first-round guy. There was talk at one time of him being 1-1 before the Tommy John surgery. He misses outside, ball 3, and for the first time today, he's behind a hitter, 3-1, no score in the third. But people say, well, fastball change. To be that guy, he's going to have to develop a breaking ball. Do you concur?
I do. I think he throws so hard that his changeup's still 88 miles an hour, and that's a typical right-hander, left-hander fastball. But if he gets a nice little cut fastball or slider to mix in the mix, which it looked like he threw to a lefty in the first inning, I don't think it's one of his best pitches. But if he just gets a good groove on it and can mix it in there just to keep him off balance and guessing on a third pitch, it'll help him out tremendously, and obviously it helps him out. He's having such a great game in front of all these big scouts right here. So
3-2 the count. Josh Reddy delivers, lifted to left center field. Garrett Nash is well positioned. Garrett moves in and under to make the catch, and there are 2 down, and Trevor Brown the batter. Braden Wells joining us here on the Beaver Sports Network for a little bit more. You getting some love from people that are listening to you?
They're blowing me up right now on the text messages. I haven't heard from these people in a long time. Thanks, guys.
Well, you're doing a great job. Like I said, my voice has been a little challenged. You may have to just take over and run it the rest of the way.
If you need me, Mike, I'm here.
You can pull it off.
And don't cut yourself short. The first time I met you was in the outfield shagging fly balls.
That's true. I remember that. 2 down, nobody on. Osich to the plate. Fastball for a strike. The count 0-1. I'm glad you saw what I saw, though, too. I thought he did try to mix in a breaking ball in the first inning, which they've been sitting on. I mean, I know Nate and Josh have worked on it on the side. The 0-1 pitch on the way, ripped sharply to the left of Kais. Kevin makes the play and throws to first for the out. How about that? That's a high school kid playing third base. good play.
He graduated early?
Yeah, he did graduate early, and
Good
he's
for
doing
him.
a great job.
No,
And no Carter Bell today, but Kevin Keyes turns in a big-time play. Well, if they're loving you and they're burning you up, we need to keep you for another half inning. So hang around. Braden Wells joining us. We'll visit a little bit more with Braden. We're 3 innings in. It's the Beavers nothing, UCLA nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
Every day, women deal with enough challenges to fill, well, every day. If it's not a work issue,
Great. Computer crashed. Again.
it's a parental issue.
Any idea why your teacher called me, Jake?
No one better understands that than the women and men at the Corvallis Clinic, which is why you will discover our Find a Physician service now online at corvallisclinic.com. Choose from over 80 exceptional physicians, and once you do, you can even request an appointment online. It's just another way we are making trusted care more convenient for our patients. Because if it's not a pet issue,
The dog ate what?
it's certain to be another challenge. The Corvallis Clinic. Exceptional doctors, trusted care.
The Corvallis Clinic, proud sponsors of Oregon State Beaver Baseball. Go Beavs!
Through 3 innings at Jackie Robinson Stadium, the Beavers no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. UCLA no runs, no hits, and an error. First ball swinging in the top of the 4th inning. Jared Norris hits one off the end of the bat. A soft liner to the second baseman. Trevor Brown makes the grab, 1 away. Kevin Keyes the batter.
Well, here, how often do you see it? You make a great play in the field, come up the next inning, and let's see what he can do, Mike.
Keyes struck out in the first. Both pitchers are dealing as we expected. 6 strikeouts apiece. Keyes swings and taps it foul and gets a piece of Steve Rodriguez, the catcher for UCLA. No balls and 1 strike, scoreless in the 4th inning. Now, Kurt Lipinski often makes the trip, and he didn't make this one, but he's listening, and Kurt is begging for a shout-out from you. So what do you got for Kurt Lipinski?
Kurt, we miss you out here, buddy. This Southern Cal weather's great. Love you, dude. Keep up the hard work.
He does a great job. The strike one pitch to Keyes, hook foul down the right field line, and the count 0-2. No score in the 4th. The Beavers and UCLA in Game 2. The series finale tomorrow. You going to be able to hang around for tomorrow also? Or?
Actually, we're driving back tonight, so we can go take a look at Darwin Barney playing against the Diamondbacks over there in Phoenix. So
and maybe Joe Patterson too.
Joe Pa might come in. It wouldn't be against Darwin. He's been tearing up lefties and.
Yeah. No, that's great. I'm really proud of both of those guys and all of you guys who've come through this program. The pitch to Keyes, chased and missed in the dirt. The ball taken by Rodriguez, and he throws out Keyes at first base. Is that a changeup? Splitter?
It looks like it's splittered, Mike. It's tough to tell. He's got a few different variations of looks like a breaking ball and a split finger that kind of do the same thing, and it's just the Beavers look like they're struggling picking it up out of his hand.
And he has, in his own estimation, 11 pitches. We have a 4-pitch mix, but variations on those. So it totals 11 different kinds of looks. And there's a big curveball for a strike to Berberet, who struck out in the second. 0-1 the count. If you were in the dugout, you're a scrapper in a battler too. But what does your approach have to be against a guy with this kind of stuff?
You got to shorten up. You got to get your front foot down, and you got to try to put the ball in play. Make the defense work. And he throws a lot of balls in the dirt. You can see his catcher's working pretty hard to keep the ball in front of him. But you just got to scrap some pieces together and take advantage of their mistakes. So.
Berberet taking low, ball 1-1. Bauer comes back to the plate. Fastball swung out and missed. Parker pulling off a little bit on that swing, and the count goes to 1-2 with Bauer having struck out 7 through 3 2/3. Tremendous matchup as we were expecting, but quite frankly, the way Osich has worked, it's been even a little bit better from the standpoint. Josh is pitching as well today as I've ever seen him pitch through 3. Berberet fights off a 1-2 pitch, fouling it away. Now, think about that last night, too, Braden. Speaking of fighting off, the Beavers' 2-strike approach last night was phenomenal in the first part of the game.
Oh, they were great. The umpire had helped out. He had a little tighter zone, but they took advantage of it, and they stayed true to their approach, and they really made Cole work. And, as the game went on, Cole started to show his emotion and frustration with the umpire that he wasn't getting calls. So they took advantage of it, and that finally, what was it, the 6th inning? They broke off 6 runs, and it showed the true grit of this team and what they've been doing all season. So,
well, they're going to need that true grit today against this guy. Breaking ball, swung out and missed, strike 3. Berberette tagged out by the catcher, Steve Rodriguez. So 2 strikeouts per inning through 4, but Josh Osich has been tremendous in his own right with 6 strikeouts through 3. So Josh will try to match it again as we go to the bottom of the 4th. At the end of 3.5, you're on a roll. Hang around. We'll get through this next half inning together. It's the Beavers nothing, UCLA nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
As a mom, you are all-knowing.
Your iPod? On the kitchen counter. Under your backpack. Soccer ball. Oh, next to Buddy's squeaky toy.
But sometimes you need some help.
Anybody seen my keys?
At the Corvallis Clinic, we understand, particularly if you're looking for the right physician. Just go to our Find a Physician link at corvallisclinic.com. There you can even request your doctor's appointment online. It's just another way we are making trusted care more convenient for our patients. Now, if only all things were so simple.
Never mind.
Right in my hand. The Corvallis Clinic. Exceptional doctors, trusted care.
The Corvallis Clinic, proud sponsors of Oregon State Beaver Baseball. Go Beavs!
Bottom of the 4th inning, no score. The Beavers and UCLA. Josh Osich ready to go to Jeff Jelilich, and the first pitch is a fastball high and away, ball 1. Osich with a string of 4 consecutive strikeouts between the 2nd and the beginning of the 3rd inning. Josh with 6 strikeouts through 3, including Jelilich in the bottom of the 1st. The 1-0 pitch, fastball swung out and missed. The count 1-1. This has been a treat, Braden. Braden Wells, former Beaver, joining us just to watch these pitchers at work.
Oh, it's everything I could have asked for to make the 5-hour drive over. I mean, I told my dad, we got to go watch these guys. They're
the 1-1 pitch, punch foul back of the plate, and the count 1-2, and they certainly haven't disappointed.
No, definitely not.
Braden, give us an up 5 hours from Phoenix. So what's going on? What do you got going? You're trying to really break your way in now into the coaching world. It's not easy, but you have good connections. You've got a great relationship with the Beaver coaches who probably can help you network and all of that, but you have some connections in your own right. So want to get an update on what your goals and plans are now. The 1-2 fastball just outside, ball 2, 2-2.
No, I've been working for a company that's based out of Phoenix, and lucky for me, they moved me down to Phoenix, and I got to be around my family for the last 8 months, and I've really realized that being in an office just isn't my cup of tea, and I'm ready to get back on the field and coach kids and share my passion for the game with the up and coming youth of the nation. So I'm gonna hope to get involved with Grand Canyon University with Andy Stankiewicz, former ASU coach, who just got the job about 5 days ago. So I'm gonna use my connections to get in touch with him and do my best to get my feet wet and run with it, and hopefully one day, who knows, be back here with coaching the Beavers.
Well, we'd love to see it.
That'd be the future aspirations.
Good luck with all of that, Braden. The 3-2 pitch, Osich had just missed on the 2-2. Came back 3-2. Fastball, swung on and missed, strike 3. Osich with 7 strikeouts. It's just unbelievable to watch what he and Bauer are doing. Bo Amaral, who struck out in the first inning, steps in. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 4th. No score. Osich to the plate, and the fastball just outside. Before we go any further, we want to let our network stations identify themselves on this Saturday afternoon. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Beaver Baseball from Learfield Sports. Osich comes back to Bo Amaral, delivers a strike, 1-1 the count. Amaral again out of the box in his rather deliberate routine. Steps back in against Osich, who delivers. change, breaking ball. I mean, I've many times thought that's a change-up action from Osich. It looks coming out of his hand like it can be a break. I don't think that is. That's a change, swung on and missed.
I think he just threw it short and got him to chase it. So, like you said, it's tough to tell from up here.
The 1-2 pitch, fastball, a comebacker. Great play by Josh Osich to spear it, knocked the bill of his cap off in the process, stays with it, and underhands to Jared Norris at first. 2 down. That's a great play, Braden.
And last night, Sammy G, they were bouncing balls off the plate in front of the mound all day, and, it's a treat to watch pitchers be able to field their position and, get some outs themselves. So, Maddox-like, as they would say.
No, exactly. And that's big for Josh to show that element as well as he delivers a changeup for a strike to Dean Espy. Good command of it. Espy grounded to third in the first. 0-1 the count. 2 outs, nobody on, no score. Bottom of the 4th inning. Osich and Bauer putting on a show today for the fans who are soaking in the sun here in the Southland. Fastball foul back, and the count 0-2. Well, Braden, we really appreciate you dropping by, and hope you enjoy the rest of the day in the California sun. I know it's not unique or novel for you, but for Lipinski and everybody else listening back home, they wish they were here because they don't live in the sun like you do.
No, it's a treat. I mean, this is like air conditioning compared to Phoenix. So
it is heating up now, isn't it?
It was a pleasure to be up here with you, Mike, and give a nice little shout out to Beaver Nation, and let's go Beavs.
The 0-2 pitch in the dirt, 1-2 the count. Well, you can see this half inning through, though. I don't want you going anywhere until we get through, but I wanted to make sure we were able to bid an official farewell before the inning comes to an end. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-2.
Yeah, that's definitely his changeup going. Yeah. Starting to throw it short a little bit, trying to get him to chase.
And certainly he got Amaral to chase, but Espy lays off, and now the count 2-2 with 2 down. Josh Osich with 7 strikeouts. Working on Dean Espy, trying to finish him off here in the bottom of the 4th. Josh comes to the plate 2-2, and that's low and inside. Ball 3. 3-2. It was 0-2, now 3-2. The one thing through the years, and you've seen Josh in his development, that a dynamic arm, if he gets in trouble ever, it's when ball 4 occurs maybe a bit too regularly, and he's stayed away from that a lot this year. The 3-2 pitch, a check swing is high, ball 4, and he loses Espy. And Cody Regis, a left-handed hitter, will come to the plate. Regis struck out looking in the second.
I got a good story about Josh. When I was a senior and he was a freshman, about halfway through the year, he was really struggling to throw strikes, and he comes up to me next to me on the bench. He's like, Wellesley, I need to go play outfield because this pitching thing's just not working out so far. And Coach Case heard it. He goes, Wellesley, if you had that arm, you'd be going in the first round this year. I was like, well, unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with that arm. But he's developed nicely, as we can see, and he's having a great year for the Beavs.
Osich from the stretch delivers, fastball away, ball 1. And to go through what he's gone through, Nate Yeskie talks about Josh being the toughest guy he's ever coached.
I can concur with that. I can agree with Nate on that. He's from Idaho. I mean, he's as tough as they come, as tough as nails, as they would say, and he's come through great adversity to battle Tommy John, and to do what he's doing right now, it's just, you got to give him credit. I mean, that's mentally challenging to go through an injury like that and come back and do as well as he's doing.
Fastball swung out and missed by Regis. No score, bottom of the 4th inning. Dean Espy at first base, the first base runner for the Bruins. The 1-1 pitch, fastball runs in, ball 2, 2-1. To be out of competitive baseball, not pitching in a game for 20 months. That's a long haul, and he went through the only positive that came out of it, when I say the only, it's a big one, but he became a student of the game and kind of got under Nate Yeskie's tutelage and became more of a craftsman, a student of the game, not just a thrower. The left-hander eyeballing Dean Espy at first. The 2-1 pitch on the way is driven towards right center field, but playable. Garrett Nash moves over to make the catch. The inning is over. Braden, great to see you. Have a safe trip back home tonight. We hope to run you down again, cross paths again soon. Good luck with the coaching, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Mike. Have a great day.
Braden Wells joining us on our broadcast here from Jackie Robinson Stadium in Westwood, where UCLA gets a base runner, but that's all. And we are through 4 innings of play. Tremendous pitching matchup in Los Angeles. The Beavers nothing, the Bruins nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
Ferry residents, Tooth speaking. Sorry, there's no credit ferry here. What's that? He magically raises your credit score? Yeah, there's no credit fairy. But you can improve your credit by paying bills on time and keeping your credit card balances low. Money under your pillow? Sorry, kids only.
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there is help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org. Brought to you by the Consumer Bankers Foundation, the Leadership Conference on Civil Rights Education Fund, and the Ad Council.
My name is Ruth Rusi, and this is how I live United. I read to children as part of United Way's education program. It helps them create links between language and literacy and prepares them for a better academic future. I figure I have the time and they have the need. My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
No score to the top of the fifth inning. The guy with the only hit in the game, Ryan Dunn, steps in for the Beavers and takes a curveball strike from Trevor Bauer. 0-1 the count. Bauer with 8 strikeouts through 4, 2 in each inning, comes in with a fastball on Dunn's hands. Ryan fouls it off. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Ryan Dunn starting the day at .326 in conference play. Behind the count, 0-2 to right-hander Trevor Bauer, who kicks and comes with the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on and missed for strike 3. The pitch was in the dirt. Catcher Steve Rodriguez throws down to first base for the out. 9 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer. 1 away. Garrett Nash, who struck out looking in the second, will come to the plate. Bauer is as good as advertised, and even on a day that, as Braden Wells pointed out, a day when his fastball command may not be quite what it usually is. He's overthrown some pitches, brought his catcher Steve Rodriguez out of the crouch several times. Even so, I mean, it's just incredible to watch what he's doing. Nash tried to check his swing. Jim Garman, the third base umpire on the check, says no swing, and Garrett with a count of 1 ball and no strikes. 9 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer. But Josh Osich has been every bit as good as Bauer so far. Changeup swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. And it's a different sort of approach. I mean, indeed, Bauer with a huge mix. 1 through 11 pitches, according to his own estimation. Fastball up and in, ball 2, 2-1. Does a great job of changing speeds, changing locations, varying his breaking ball, his off-speed stuff. And you just, as a hitter, you really can't cheat too much of anything with this guy. The 2-1 pitch on the way, changeup lifted foul down the third baseline, giving chase Cody Kiefer. He'll run out of room as the ball lands down near the Bruins bullpen in the left field corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Garrett Nash. Les Schwab Tire Centers. With over 400 locations, they're proud to offer a network of protection while you travel throughout the West. When you come in, they come running at Les Schwab. They appreciate your business. Bauer's 2-2 breaking ball just outside, ball 3. Now, the home plate umpire, Jake Uhlenhop, didn't buy the frame job by Steve Rodriguez. The pitch was a little bit away, and a good take by Nash. The count full, 3-2. No score, nobody, 1 out in the 5th. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, that one is in there. Strike 3 called. Well, there's the 2 that he gets per inning. Now Bauer, with 2 down, nobody on, will face Tyler Smith. 10 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer. Tyler Smith has probably the best swing of the day for the Beavers. A line drive caught in center by Bo Amaral in the second. Bauer rocks, kicks, delivers, fastball, swung on and missed. No balls and 1 strike the count. 2 outs, nobody on. 4 straight strikeouts since Jared Norris managed to hit a soft liner to open last inning. The 0-1 pitch on the way from Bauer. Fastball hit foul off to the right and out of play. And Tyler Smith is behind the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Bauer may be about to upset the fearful symmetry of the Saturday afternoon with 2 strikeouts in each of the first 4 innings. He has 2 punch-outs here in the 5th, but he's a strike away from getting the side His fastball is high to Tyler. 1-2 the count. Michael Miller, the on-deck hitter. No score, top of the 5th inning. The series finale tomorrow at 1. Bauer shakes once and twice. And the right-hander kicks and deals 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Smith does a nice job to lay off of it. Rodriguez pouncing on it, thinking that, as most hitters do, that Smith would have gone after that, and Rodriguez would have had to throw out Tyler from near the Beavers on-deck area. But Smitty with a good take. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Leadoff hitter Michael Miller waiting his turn. The Beavers had 2 on base in the first inning. That's the closest they've come. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Strike 3. Bauer is Lincecum. The second coming, perhaps, of Tim in this league. He struck out 5 in a row. Fans the side here in the 5th. The Beavers are gone in the 5th inning. 11 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer. At the end of 4.5, it's the Beavers nothing and UCLA nothing against Josh Osich, who's been every bit as good. We go to the bottom of the 5th. No score on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
I'm here with Julie. Julie can sign up for Xfinity TV, internet, and voice for a great price.
Really?
She'll get thousands of on-demand choices ready to watch instantly. And with Xfinity Internet, she can even watch them online with lightning-fast internet speeds.
Next, you'll say I get unlimited nationwide calls with Xfinity Voice.
Are you reading my notes?
Call 1-800-XFINITY and get Xfinity TV, internet, and voice. Just $99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Add for promo. Regular rates apply. Equipment installation, taxes, franchise, and phone fees extra.
Samaritan Advantage is the affordable Medicare health plan located right in your own community. Keeping costs low is part of Samaritan's commitment to provide a local option for affordable, high-quality Medicare health and prescription drug benefits. If you are eligible for Medicare and live in Benton, Lincoln, or Lynn County, we've got you covered. Call or stop by our Corvallis office today and let us help you compare your plan with Samaritan Advantage. We may be able to help you lower your Medicare costs.
Bottom of the 5th inning, no score at Jackie Robinson Stadium. Chris Giovinazzo, who struck out in the second, steps in against Osich, swings and misses. 0-1 the count. Osich with 7 strikeouts, and that's a paltry number by comparison to his counterpart. The right-hander Trevor Bauer with 11 through 5. In bottom of the 5th inning, Osich, who struck out the side in the second, comes back with the 0-1 pitch. Change up grounded, wide of third, backhanded by Kais. Gets up and throws him out. That's a great play, actually, to the right of Kais, and he dives and turns in his second outstanding play. That was the best defensive play of the game. And with 1 away, Cody Kiefer, who struck out in the second, the batter. Kais has made 2 excellent plays. That one was big time to his right. To backhand the ball, get up, and make a good throw across to get Giovinazzo. Cody Kiefer takes the fastball high, ball 1, 1-0. Kiefer also struck out in the second inning. The Bruins are still looking for their first hit. Osich comes 1-0, fouled straight back. The count 1 ball and 1 strike. I don't see Tim Hennessy today in the spot that he was in last night, badgering home plate umpire Jim Garman. Badgering, as De Niro says in Cape Fear. The 1-1 pitch, change up low, ball 2, 2-1. Henny, I know, went for another long run today here in Los Angeles, enjoying the gorgeous weather. But he's not in his usual spot. I don't see him, but a good crowd on hand today. The 2-1 pitch fouled back. As Braden Wells suggested, the crowd consisting, it seemingly almost half of which are scouts. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and certainly the scouts will be filing some interesting reports on the 2 pitchers, Osich and Bauer, at day's end. Fastball taken a little low and inside, ball 3, 3-2. Little shades of Jim Garman from last night. The 3-2 pitch on the way is popped up in foul territory. A tough play down the right field line. The wind pushing the ball back. Tyler Smith dives. It's a foul ball. A foul ball. The ball hit in no man's land in right field. Michael Miller, Tyler Smith, Jared Norris giving chase, and the ball just foul. Smith diving across the line. Pat Bailey is out looking and wondering where Norris was and whether Jared had a chance to make a play, or Michael Miller, I should say. In fact, Bailey a little upset that Miller didn't come over and make a play. That ball was up there a long time, and Bales believes that Miller should have found the ball more quickly and been in a position to make a play on it. Osich comes back with a 3-2 pitch on the way, a ground ball to the left of Dunn. Ryan up with it from behind the bag at second, throws him out. Should have been out a couple of pitches ago, but is retired here, 6-3. 2 down, nobody on, and Pat Valleca will come to the plate. You can never have enough Beaver gear, and I'm sure there was a lot of dazzling Beaver gear today at Reser Stadium. To get your Beaver gear, visit poweredbyorange.com/retailers to see where you can get your orange on. Be orange, wear orange. 2 outs, nobody on, no score. The Beavers in their orange uniforms today. The first pitch to Pat Valleca, a strike, the orange tops anyway, with the black lettering and white trim. The Beavers in white pants, orange and black trim. The 0-1 pitch, fastball runs inside, and the count 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on, no score. Bottom of the 5th inning. One of the best pitching matchups of this or any season unfolding on this Saturday afternoon in Los Angeles. The 1-1 pitch runs outside, ball 2, 2-1. Trevor Bauer has punched out 11 Beavers through 5. Josh Osich hasn't allowed a hit through 4 2/3. The 2-1 pitch on the way from Josh. Fastball inside. Ball 3, 3-1. The only base runner for the Bruins in the form of a walk last inning. Dean Espy drawing a 3-2 pitch for ball 4. Now 3-1 to Pat Valleca, who struck out in his first at-bat. Osich with 7 strikeouts. Josh kicks, delivers a check swing tapper foul into the Beavers dugout, where it rattles around on the first base side, running the count full to 3-2. The series finale tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 12:30. 3-2 fastball. Chased and missed. Strike 3. Valleca going after an elevated fast one. Doesn't get it. 8 strikeouts for Josh Osich, and the Bruins are gone in order. An amazing ball game here in Jackie Robinson Stadium. We're through 5. The Beavers nothing, the Bruins nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
We've been angry. We've been pressured.
We've been hopeless.
We've been lost.
We've been labeled.
We've been judged. Let's face it, being a teen isn't easy. We know because we've been there. Check out reachout.com to hear teens share their own stories on how they've made it through tough times. Because we've been there, we can help each other.
We've been determined. We've been inspired.
We've been acknowledged.
We've been there.
We can help us.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the Inspire USA Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Are ye plagued by foreclosure? Well, here at Jim Ladd and Matey, we can stop your foreclosure now. We're a mortgage rescue company, and for the small fee of everything you hold dear, we will negotiate with your lender on your behalf. Call Jim Ladd and Matey at 1-800-YAR-YAR. That's 1-800-YAR. YAR.
If you're facing foreclosure, talk to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE. Brought to you by NeighborWorks America and the Ad Council.
Top of the 6th inning, no score. Michael Miller at the plate. First ball swinging as he was to open the game. Hits this one foul and out of play. No balls and a strike. Michael swung at the game's first pitch, delivered by Trevor Bauer, and Pat Valleca, the shortstop, dropped the routine pop fly in shallow left, constituting a 2-base error. But the Beavers not able to do anything with it thereafter. Miller strokes the strike 1 pitch to right field. Good contact, but right at Chris Giovinazzo, and he makes the catch for the out, does Chris. 1 away. And Ryan Barnes, the hitter. That snaps a string of 5 consecutive strikeouts for the right-hander Trevor Bauer. Ryan Barnes has struck out looking and grounded to second. 1 out, nobody on, no score. Top of the 6th inning. Barnes not able to get the bunt down after Miller had reached. Breaking ball, check, swing, strike on Barnes. The count 0-1. Ryan appeared as though he was trying to get out of the box and was not able to as he was waiting out Bauer. Backed up a couple of steps off his usual stance position, which is very crowded near the edge of the box on the inside part. And was not prepared at all to look at a breaking ball of that caliber while backing away to begin with. He takes another breaking ball down and away. Ball 1-1. 1 out, no score in the sixth. Bauer kicks, delivers, fastball high. Ball 2-1. Danny Hayes on deck. No score in the sixth. The Beavers broke through with 6 runs in the fifth inning last night to chase Garrett Cole, but as we've known all along, the story was going to be different today. The Beavers dealing with not only the best pitcher on UCLA's staff by far, but the best pitcher in the Pac-10 and maybe the best in the country in the college level. He delivers a strike to Barnes. The count 2-2, 1 out, nobody on. Bauer kicks and comes back, breaking ball in the dirt. Barnes able to check his swing and run the count full to 3-2. Bauer has struck out 11, 2 in each of the first 4 innings, 3 last inning. We're in the sixth. He's 3-2 on Barnes. The right-hander rocks, kicks, delivers, and misses. Down and away, ball 4. And a good job by Ryan Barnes to get on base. And here comes Danny Hayes. Hayes has walked and struck out looking. It's a warm day in Los Angeles. The breezes that were not present until late, and then it got wild and woolly here for a while near the end of the ball game, just in terms of pop flies being rendered anything but routine in the last couple of innings. Right now, slight breezes blowing out towards right and right center. Danny Hayes at the plate looks at a breaking ball, a strike, a high strike, and Pat Casey in the Beaver dugout reacts. Hayes, in fact, backs out of the box. That was a good breaking ball, but the Beavers felt to a man that it was high. Danny Hayes, though, with a count of 0-1 out of the box, trying to collect himself now. He's a guy that if Bauer makes a mistake, Hayes can punish it. No balls and a strike, 1 out, Ryan Barnes aboard. The 0-1 breaking ball is low, ball 1, 1-1. The thing that Bauer does so impressively, he's thrown back-to-back curveballs to Hayes. The first one high for a strike, belt high, and that one he was trying to get Hayes to go after it. It ended up down near Danny's ankles, and Hayes laid off. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Jared Norris on deck. Barnes at first. No score in the sixth. The throw over there. A very quick move by Bauer. Trevor, a student of the game, and has gone for the last 6 summers in summer camp to Texas. Ron Wolford's Texas Baseball Ranch, to hone his craft and become the complete and accomplished pitcher that he is becoming. And certainly a guy that we'll hear a lot of in the month to come with the Major League Baseball amateur draft, with a lot of talk that he could be the first person taken. Another throw to first, and Ryan Barnes back. Barnes caught stealing last night for the first time this season, 4 for 5 on the year, held on by Dean Espy. He goes. The 1-1 pitch has popped up on the left side. Danny Hayes getting under that pitch. A routine pop fly to third, put away by Cody Regis. And Ryan Barnes does a U-turn and heads back to first base. Hayes mad at himself because he felt he'd gotten a pitch that was perhaps a little elevated, but Hayes got under it. Didn't get the kind of swing he wanted. And with 2 down, Jared Norris, the hitter. And the Beavers will try to get through an inning without sustaining a strikeout, and will end the streak of 2 strikeouts in an inning. And, with this guy, you never know. He could end up with 2 in the inning if a ball gets away from Rodriguez. Steve doing a great job handling a number of breaking balls down in the dirt here today. We're scoreless in the sixth. Ryan Barnes at first, 2 down. Jared Norris has made contact twice. He looks at a first pitch strike from Bauer. Norris fouling out in the first, and a soft liner to second base in the fourth. 0-1 to Jared, who has a look at Marty Lees over at third. Ryan Barnes drawing the walk. The second yielded today by Bauer to go along with the 11 strikeouts. He's allowed 1 hit, the only hit of the game. The 0-1 pitch on the way to Jarrett. Breaking ball for a strike, and Norris is in a hole 0-2. Jarrett backs out and expectorates into his 2 batting gloves. Now grabs some dirt to rub along in there with it. Trying to adjust and have a good 2-strike approach. The Beavers were phenomenal to that end last night, particularly when rising up for 6 runs in the 5th inning. Jarrett taking a long time out of the box. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Ryan Barnes at first. And Trevor Bauer and Norris having a hard time getting on the same page. As soon as Norris climbed back in, Bauer shook Steve Rodriguez. Now shakes again. Now everybody seems to be ready to go for an 0-2 pitch to Jarrett. Nope, not quite yet. A throw to first base. And back to the bag goes Barnes. Jarrett Norris with a count of no balls and 2 strikes, trying to avoid being Bauer's 12th strikeout victim. We're in the 6th. Trevor ready. The 0-2 pitch is a line drive, base hit to right field. Ryan Barnes is rounding third. He's going to try to come. The throw from Giovinazzo is not in time. Norris takes a turn and holds at first. Good base running by Barnes. There are 2 outs, but the Beavers do get Kevin Keyes to the plate and put themselves in a position to perhaps execute an early break play with runners at the corners to try to manufacture a run against Bauer, who's yielded his 2nd hit of the ball game. The Beavers, with runners at first and third and 2 down, the first team to get a runner to third base this afternoon in this sensational pitching matchup between Trevor Bauer and Josh Osich. Nice job by Jared Norris. He was down in the count 0-2 and is able to rip a pitch into right field for the Beavers' 2nd hit. Kevin Keyes has struck out in both of his at-bats. The Beavers with runners at first and third, 2 down, trying to break through on Bauer here in the 6th inning. Trevor from the stretch, and the right-hander works Keyes off speed and swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. Good piece of hitting by Jared Norris to be down in the count 0-2 and get a pitch he can handle. And he did. That's what Coach Casey and others have said. You've got to be able, when he makes a mistake, to make him pay for it because they are so infrequently committed. Breaking ball strike, and the count 0-2 to Keyes. And Bauer is a strike away from finishing off the Beavers here in the 6th in spite of a mild threat. The Beavers with a runner in scoring position for the 2nd time today. Michael Miller left at second base in the 1st inning. Now Ryan Barnes at third. Jared Norris at first, 2 down. Trevor Bauer and the Beavers do execute the early break. They're going to pitch to Keyes, and he swings and hits it foul down the left field line. A long run for Cody Kiefer, slides, and is not able to make the grab. So the Beavers do go with an early break, and Bauer, with a count of 0-2 on Keyes, just lets the runner Jared Norris go. Did not step off, did not try to make a play, and from his standpoint, he's got Keyes by the throat right now, 0-2, 2 down, and felt as though he could finish Cavan off right there. But Keyes does a good job to spoil it and stay alive. 0-2 the count. Norris again, perhaps poised for an early break with Barnes at third. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Breaking ball swung on, tap foul at the plate. Good job by Keyes. He stays alive. 0-2 the count. Bauer thought he had Keyes finished off, and Cavan, to be credited now, that's 2 pitches in a row. 0-2 that Cavan's been able to get a piece of to hang in. Now hoping to get a pitch somewhere that he can handle, as Norris did, 0-2. Ryan Barnes at third base, Jared Norris at first, 2 down, no score in the 6th. Bauer out of the stretch. Trevor kicks and comes to the plate, 0-2. Fastball fouled away. Good job by Cavan. I mean, this is 0-2 against Bauer, who's punched out 11 through 5, including Keyes twice. He may get Cavan yet again, but Keyes is battling this time through, giving himself and his team a chance to try to get the first run of this game. Ryan Barnes, a 1-out walk, went to third on the 2-out single by Norris. The runners get their leads. Bauer from the stretch again. The 0-2 breaking ball lifted toward the gap in right center field. Giovinazzo on the run. This one will get down all the way off the base of the fence. In comes Barnes to score. Norris rounds third. He scores. And the Beavers lead it 2-0. The freshman, Kevin Keyes, fighting off 0-2 pitches time and time again and doubles to the gap in right center. The Beavers lead it 2-0. A great at-bat for a kid who should be a senior in high school right now, and I mean a great at-bat. A 2-run double. The Beavers lead it 2-0. Parker Berberat will come to the plate. And I'm sorry that my voice is betraying me, and I croaked that one out. That at-bat certainly deserved a crisper, clearer call. Doing the best I can to work through it here, and the Beavers do a sensational job against Bauer. Now Berberat steps in, a chopper slowly wide of third, fielded by Regis, throws to first in time for the out, and the inning is over. But Kevin Keyes with one of the all-time great at-bats, down in the count 0-2, fouled off 3 straight pitches in which Bauer was trying to finish him off, and then Keyes, a 2-run double to right center to score Barnes and Norris. And so Josh Osich, who hasn't allowed a hit through 5, has a lead going to the bottom of the 6th inning. For the Beavers, 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, a man left. After 5.5, the Beavers 2, UCLA nothing. On the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
At Pacific Source Health Plans, we're in it for the people. We're in it for the person just like us on the other end of the phone. We're in it to help, to guide, to listen. For us, a good day means good service, good answers, and a good chance that we made someone's day a little bit better. That's why we're here. To learn more about our health plans for you, your family, or your company, visit us at PacificSource.com. Pacific Source Health Plans. We're in it for the people.
It's time, spring sale time at your local Les Schwab Tire Center. The time we put our most popular tires on sale. That makes it one of our biggest sales of the year. Tires for your passenger car, SUV, or light truck, on sale and ready to put on. Tires from the people you trust, giving you mile after mile of quality and value, and backed by the Les Schwab warranty. Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952.
The OSU Bookstore. Fans start here for the world's best selection of official Beaver merchandise. Visit the bookstore on campus in the MU in downtown Portland, at Kaiser Station, or online at osubookstore.com. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2-0 Beavers. Josh Osich to the plate, a bunt. Osich fields and shovels to first for the out on Steve Rodriguez. One away in the bottom of the 6th inning. Good play by Josh, fielding his position well, as Sam Gavilio did an outstanding job of last night. Trevor Brown, the batter. Brown robbed of a base hit on a good play by the game's hero so far, Kevin Keyes. Keyes with 2 outstanding defensive plays and a 2-run double off of Trevor Bauer in the top of this, the 6th inning. Osich to Brown, fastball low, ball 1, 1-0. For the world's best selection of official Beaver merchandise, visit the bookstore on campus in the MU, downtown Portland, Kaiser Station, or online at osubookstore.com. Osich's 1-0 pitch. Low and inside and to the backstop to Trevor Brown, ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 Beavers, bottom of the 6th inning. Osich kicks and comes 2-0. Fastball on the corner for a strike. The count 2-1. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Beavers. No runs, no hits for UCLA. 2 balls and a strike to Trevor Brown. Leadoff hitter Jeff Jelilich on deck. Osich rocks, kicks, the lefty winds, delivers a 2-1 pitch hit off the end of the bat on the ground to Tyler Smith. The Beavers second baseman flips to first for the out. Josh Osich, 2 quick outs in the inning. He's retired 6 straight. And the batter will be Jeff Jelilich, whom Josh has struck out looking and swinging. 2 outs, nobody on, 2-0 Beavers. Jelilich in the leadoff spot. The designated hitter played right field yesterday, went 0 for 3. Beautiful sunny Saturday in the Southland. We'll be on the air with you tomorrow to wrap things up at 12:30. Expected to be even warmer tomorrow. Osich who has been hot all afternoon, delivers a fastball strike. The count 0-1. 8 strikeouts for Osich. 2 outs, nobody on. Josh and the Beavers leading 2-0. The 0-1 pitch, he bounces. I don't know if he's trying to mix in a curve or just the change that got loose for about a 56-footer. Whatever the case, it's ball 1. 1-1, 2 outs, nobody on. Osich rocks, kicks, and the lefty to the plate. Fastball sprayed foul off to the left and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Jeff Jelilich. 2 outs, nobody on. Bo Amaral, the on-deck hitter. The Beavers breaking through for 2 runs in the 6th. Ryan Barnes coaxing a walk. Jared Norris a single to right with 2 outs. And Kevin Keyes a 2-out, 2-run double. Osich's 1-2 changeup. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Josh retires the side in order again. He has 9 strikeouts. He has retired the last 7 UCLA Bruin hitters. And the Bruins are gone in the 6th. No runs, no hits, and nobody left. Through 6, the Beavers 2, UCLA nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Wow, that's a lot of books. Little one at home? Yeah. Let's see. Child-proofing your home, child-proofing your yard, child-proofing your in-laws' home and yard.
Of all the things you can read to keep your child safe, the most important is attached to their car seat. Read the instruction manual and use the latch system. It makes it easier to be sure your child's car seat is installed correctly. Learn more at safercar.gov. Anchor, tether, latch. The next generation of child safety. A message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Through 6 innings at Jackie Robinson Stadium, the Beavers 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. UCLA no runs, no hits, and 1 error. Ryan Dunn leading matters off in the 7th. Takes the first pitch from Trevor Bauer, high and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bauer comes back to Dunn, who fouls it away. In the count 1-1. Ryan singled to left field in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. Bauer kicks and comes 1-1. Dunn a chopper wide of third. To the left goes Regis to Spirit. Cody throws across to first for the out. 1 away in the top of the 7th inning. Garrett Nash, who has struck out both times looking, will come to the plate. After 2 strikeouts in each of the first 4 innings and then 3 more in the 5th, the Beavers breaking through for 2 runs in the 6th and managed to avoid the strikeout. And Ryan Dunn bounces out to open the 7th. Garrett Nash at the plate. First ball swinging, a soft liner foul outside of first and down the line. No balls in 1 strike. Premium quality fruits and vegetables come from Flavor Pack, where local food and protecting the environment have been their business for generations. Flavor Pack, the MVP of sustainable farming since 1924. Bauer kicks and comes to Nash. Fastball away. Ball 1, 1-1. Trevor Bauer and Steve Rodriguez, the battery for the Bruins. Dean Espy at first. Trevor Brown at second. Pat Valleca at short. Cody Regis at third. Cody Kiefer in left. Bo Amaral in center. Chris Giovinazzo in right. The outfield shallow and straight away for Nash. The 1-1 pitch. Garrett takes low. Ball 2, 2-1. Some clutch hitting for the Beavers in the 6th inning to break up the shutout. In the key blow, the 2-run, 2-out double by Kevin Keyes. The pitch to Nash. Fastball swung on and missed. And the count even to Garrett. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Smith on deck. 1 out, nobody on. The Beavers home for 4 next week. Civil War baseball presented by Pacific Source Health Plans on Tuesday. Then California in next weekend. Bauer's fastball to Nash, high and inside, ball 3, 3-2. The Beavers got their inning started last inning. in terms of the uprising for 2 runs by getting a walk to Barnes with 1 out. Garrett Nash would love to emulate if he could. He swings instead at the 3-2 pitch. It's a fly ball to right center. Bo Amaral moves over to make the catch. There are 2 down. It would have been ball 4, but Nash, having struck out in his previous 2 at-bats, cognizant of the need to protect, and goes after a pitch that was a little out of the zone, flies out, 2 away. Tyler Smith, who's lined to center and struck out, will come to the plate. 2-0 Beavers, top of the 7th inning. Bauer brushing his battery mate Rodriguez a couple of times, kicks and delivers. Smith swings and doesn't get it. 0-1 the count. Tyler, the sophomore from nearby Thousand Oaks, steps back in. 2 outs, nobody on. He watches Bauer go through the familiar routine of brushing to a third sign, as it were, and the fastball misses low and in. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. UCLA will go with dynamic freshman right-hander Adam Plutko tomorrow, 6'3", 190. The 1-1 pitch, good breaking ball for a strike, and the count 1-2. The Beavers starter to be determined. A number of choices available, and certainly the combination Tuesday on the Bluff was dynamic, and James Nygren and Ben Wetzler. 1-2, 2 down, nobody on. 2-0 Beavers in the 7th. Bauer delivers, and Smith fights off a fastball, fouling it away to stay alive. Tremendous at-bat, as we mentioned, for Kais. If the Beavers win the ball game, it'll go down in the annals here in 2011 as one of the best. To be down in the count 0-2 as a freshman, much as Bauer did playing in his first collegiate season, in what should have been his senior year, Kais ends up winning the battle. The strike 2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. The 12th strikeout for Trevor Bauer, and he rights himself after a shaky 6th to retire the side in order in the 7th. 7th inning stretch time here at Jackie Robinson Stadium. The 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Pacific Source Health Plans. Pacific Source Health Plans, helping Oregonians get the affordable quality health care that they need. PacificSource.com. They are in it for the people. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Some defensive changes coming for the Beavers. We'll apprise you of them momentarily. At the end of 6.5, the Beavers 2 and UCLA nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
In 1965, Willie Mays became baseball's MVP. That was the same year our family started selling fresh local milk from our first Dairy Mart store. Since then, Dairy Mart's grown to 44 stores, serving neighborhoods from Cottage Grove to Corvallis and Albany. We put over 500 people to work every day and support student programs like OSU Baseball. For convenience, great selection, and fresh dairy products, we'll see you at Dairy Mart. Along with our own Lockmead Farms, we're proud sponsors of Beaver Baseball.
For everyone counting their way to $1,000, U.S. Bank applauds you.
I've already saved $256.
Just start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow. The easy and rewarding way to save.
Wow, $963.
Your way to
$1,000.
And we'll reward you when you do. Start at any U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/start, or call 800-720-BANK. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Requires a U.S. Bank package of qualifying transfers. Terms and conditions apply. See START program agreement for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Bottom of the 7th inning at Jackie Robinson Stadium. Brian Stamps takes over in center field for the Beavers, who lead it 2-0. Ryan Barnes remains in left, Michael Miller in right. Bo Amaral fouling the first pitch back from Josh Osich in the 7th, with the Beavers leading 2-0. Josh's 0-1 breaking ball in there for a strike. That appeared to be a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. If it is, or if that's just the dynamic movement on the change, either way, it's a great pitch. And Osich ahead of the count to Amaral, 0-2. Bo will be followed by Dean Espy, leading matters off for the Bruins in the bottom of the 7th inning. The strike 2 pitch on the way, taken. Strike 3 called. Josh Osich, a 3-pitch strikeout to Bo Amaral to open the Bruins' bottom of the 7th inning, with the Beavers leading 2-0. Osich struck out Jeff Jelilich to end the 6th inning. Josh winds, kicks, delivers, and a high pop fly on the right side. Jared Norris fighting the sun, the sky a little bit, stays with it in fair territory behind the bag, makes the catch. 4 pitches, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the batter will be Cody Regis. 10 strikeouts for Josh Osich. 2 outs, nobody on. Cody Regis has struck out looking and flied to center. Osich, the junior lefty to the plate, fastball for a strike. And the count 0-1 to Cody Regis. Matt Boyd playing a game of catch in the Beavers bullpen. Boyd and Bryant did a great job to finish off the game yesterday. The 0-1 fastball just outside from Josh, and the count 1-1. So for the Beavers defensively, Osich and Berber at the battery. Norris at first with Tyler Smith at second, Ryan Dunn at short, Kevin Kies at third, Ryan Barnes in left, Brian Stamps in center, Michael Miller in right. Osich's fastball in there for a strike, and the count 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th inning, 2-0 Beavers. The Bruins' lone base runner, Dean Espy, a walk in the 4th. The pitch to Regis, a 58-footer played on a hop by Parker Berberet very skillfully. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The Beaver outfielders shading Regis to go towards left center, and not much depth. The wind is blowing out here at Jackie Robinson. The 2-2 pitch, fastball, a chopper to the right side. Tyler Smith is up with it. Overhands to Jared Norris, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Josh Osich, who's worked his way through 7. He's retired 10 in a row since issuing the walk in the 4th, the lone base runner for UCLA through 7. We go to the 8th. The Beavers 2, the Bruins nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
My name is Tom Thornton.
And my name is Cindy Thornton. We're retired, and this is how we live United.
We decided to volunteer with United Way at our community free health clinic.
United Way is how we contribute, because we know our time and money are going to the right places.
Judging by the thank yous we get at the clinic, I'd say we're doing the right thing with our retirement, too. We're Tom and Cindy Thornton. We volunteer at our community free health clinic. We don't just wear the shirt.
We live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Folks, why won't we go to the doctor? My uncle called, speech all slurred, complaining his arms numb. He called everyone. He even called my daughter Tiara, because, she's got a year of nursing. Everyone thinks he needs to go to the doctor, including me. So he said, well, will you take me? I'm like, I'm on the road. He goes, I'll wait. Stroke's no joke. Dial 911. Time loss is brain loss. Seriously, dial 911.
Visit strokesnojoke.org, brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Top of the 8th inning at Jackie Robinson Stadium in Los Angeles. 2-0 Beavers. Michael Miller steps in, goes after the first pitch from Trevor Bauer. Doesn't get it. 0-1 the count. Miller has been aboard on an error, struck out, and flied to right field. Michael Miller, Ryan Barnes, and Danny Hayes in the 8th against Bauer, who comes back with a good curveball in there for a strike. And Bauer ahead of the count, 0-2. A right-hander begins to loosen up in the Bruins bullpen, Zach Weiss. No balls and 2 strikes to Michael Miller, leading matters off for the Beavers in the 8th. Bauer kicks and comes back. Breaking ball swung on and missed. The pitch was in the dirt. Rodriguez will get another assist as he throws down to first base for the putout on Michael Miller. 13 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer. And Ryan Barnes, who struck out looking in the first, has since grounded to second, and then in the 6th inning coaxed a walk out of Bauer after Danny Hayes popped out. Jared Norris came through with a clutch base hit to right, sending Barnes to third. Ryan, first ball swinging, laces this one to left center field. Chasing it down is Bo Amaral, but this one will roll all the way to the base of the fence. Marty Lees puts up a stop sign on Barnes, who cruises into second with a 1-out double. Nice piece of hitting by Barnes, jumping on the first pitch and drilling it to the gap. And the Beavers with an opportunity now to produce a huge bit of insurance here in the top of the 8th. Danny Hayes, who was walked, struck out, and fouled out, will come to the plate. Ryan Barnes with a double to the gap in left center. The Beavers trying to give Josh Osich and company, perhaps. The company remains to be seen whether he'll need it. And try to finish the job here in Los Angeles. And one more run would loom very large to that end. The pitch on the way to Hayes. Breaking ball strike, and the count 0-1. Together, OSU's donors are building a top university with a global impact, supporting high-achieving students, excellent facilities, and world-class faculty. Learn more at campaignforosu.org. 0-1 to Danny Hayes. Ryan Barnes at second base, one away. Barnes scored in the 6th, hoping to score again here in the 8th. Hayes swings and fouls it straight back and is quickly in a hole 0-2. 13 strikeouts for Bauer, 2 walks, and the walk looming large in the game. It was Barnes who drew the free pass in the 6th. That opened the doors, and the Beavers, against a guy like Bauer, if the door opens slightly, you simply have to take advantage of it. And thanks to some great at-bats by Norris and Kais, particularly Cavan, the Beavers did break through. Now looking for another here in the 8th. Up 2-0. Now Bauer ready, the strike 2 pitch. Danny tried to check a swing, but he went around. And going down to third base and getting there on the wild pitch is Ryan Barnes, but it's the 14th strikeout. Hayes not able to hold up and was tagged out by the catcher, Steve Rodriguez. Danny never did break out of the box. He checked his swing, and if he breaks, then he's telling the umpire, yeah, I committed. They appealed and said swing, and Danny then was tagged out by Rodriguez. Jared Norris, the hitter, and Jared with a chance for a clutch, 2-out run batted in. With Ryan Barnes at third base. Bauer will operate out of the stretch and works Norris very high. Ball 1, 1-0. Bauer has thrown 4 wild pitches on the season. Barnes is at third base with 2 down. Jared Norris drew an 0-2 count in the 6th and eventually worked his way through to a base hit. The 1-0 pitch on the way, breaking ball strike, and the count 1-1. Jared fouled out in the 1st inning, a soft liner in the 4th, caught by the second baseman Trevor Brown. Jared Norris has managed to make contact in each plate appearance. The only Beaver of whom that can be said. The 1-1 pitch a little bit high, ball 2, 2-1. A 14 strikeout performance by Trevor Bauer. But he and the Bruins behind 2-0 in the top of the 8th inning. Ryan Barnes at third. Norris out of the box for a moment, trying to work a good count. He's been productive even in non-hitters counts. Now has a hitter's count at 2-1, swings and fouls it back. The count 2-2. No one throwing in the Beavers bullpen. Zach Weiss continuing to loosen behind Trevor Bauer in the Bruins pen here in the 8th. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Beavers. UCLA's only base runner, a walk to Dean Espy in the 4th. Bauer out of the stretch, working on Jared Norris, 2-2, comes to the plate, breaking ball in there, strike 3 called. 15 strikeouts for Trevor Bauer. Ryan Barnes' 1-out double is squandered. Josh Osich will go back to the bump, hoping to continue his success on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in the Southland. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Every member of the Beaver lineup has now struck out at least once in 15 punch-outs total. But it is the Beavers 2 and UCLA nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
Hi, I'm Ed Ray, president of Oregon State University. Donors to the Campaign for OSU believe in our talented faculty, whose work means a healthier planet and a stronger economy. With their support, we've almost doubled the number of endowed positions at OSU, attracting leading faculty in critical areas. Together, we're creating a bright future for OSU students, for our state, for our world. Join us. Learn more at campaignforosu.org.
Sustainability, local food, and good health are important to Oregonians. And for 85 years, Flavor Pack has been providing premium quality fruits and vegetables from our Willamette Valley farms to your table. We're committed to practices that protect the environment and take pride in harvesting nutritious foods that power Oregonians. Find our fruits and vegetables in your grocer's freezer section. With quality like this, it's no wonder Flavor Pack has been the MVP of sustainable farming since 1924.
2-0 Beavers, bottom of the 8th inning. Chris Giovinazzo takes a first pitch change, ball one. A great play by Kevin Keyes to rob Giovinazzo of a hit in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch on the way, fastball for a strike, inner half, belt high. The count 1-1. Kevin Keyes' play, the closest thing to 1 today for UCLA. 1 ball and 1 strike. Osich ready, kicks and delivers. Lifted to left and pretty deep. Ryan Barnes going back. Barnes has a play and makes the catch on the warning track. Brian Stamps jumps up out of his way and then nearly over the fence out in left center. Barnes hauls it in on the track in left center field for the out. The longest hit ball of the day. And a nice round of applause for the catch by Barnes, the swing by Giovinazzo. But Ryan Barnes with a tremendous play in left field, staying with the long drive that kept carrying to the 370 mark in the alley. 1 away. Cody Kiefer, the batter. Fastball for a strike. Kiefer showing bunt, pulling the bat back to take a strike. 0-1 the count. 2-0 Beavers, bottom of the 8th inning. 1 out, nobody on. Kiefer has struck out and grounded to short. Osich kicks and comes 0-1. Fastball in there. Strike 2. 0-2 the count. Brian Stamps ranged a long way to his right and might have been able to catch the ball in his own right, but Barnes had called it and stayed with it and made a good play. Osich comes 0-2. Fastball away. Ball 1. 1-2. Pat Valleca on deck. 2-0 Beavers, bottom of the 8th inning. The 2 runs scoring in the 6th on a 2-out, 2-run double by Kevin Keyes. Osich delivers 1-2, breaking ball down and in. Or at least we call it that. Whether he's mixing it in today, it's a changeup with a lot of action. Tony Bryant and Matt Boyd throwing back of Osich. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th. Osich turns and comes to the plate. The 2-2 pitch, pop foul off third and out of play. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes, and with that, we'll let our network stations identify themselves on this warm Saturday in Los Angeles. 2-0 Beavers in the 8th. 10-second break for station identification. Let's wait until after this pitch to do that so we don't miss any of the building excitement in Los Angeles. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. We could have done it because Josh taking a long look at his battery mate, Parker Berberet. We'll try to execute that ID break here after this next pitch. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Osich ready, comes to the plate, 2-2. Fastball, swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 down. Pat Valleca coming up. Let's pause now 10 seconds for station identification on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports. Josh Osich goes to work on Valleca and misses high and away. Ball 1, 1-0. 2-0 Beavers, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th inning. Osich peering into Parker Berberet. Kicks and comes back with a 1-0 pitch. Valleca jammed, fouls it away in the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Eleven strikeouts for Josh Osich. 1 walk. That was to Espy in the 4th. Espy representing the lone base runner. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball high. Ball 2. 2-1. The Beavers getting their 2 runs in the 6th inning. Josh Osich, 7 2/3, with Tony Bryant and Matt Boyd getting ready back of him. Josh drops the arms, kicks the leg, deals 2-1, a change high. Ball 3, 3-1. Steve Rodriguez, a left-handed hitter on deck. Osich turns and goes back of the mound for a moment with a count of 3-1 to Valleca. Rodriguez will be lifted for a pinch hitter UCLA will go with Tyler Heineman if the inning is prolonged here. And it swung on and missed, so the inning still alive at 3-2 with Osich coming back with a good 3-1 pitch. Now 3-2 to Valleca, who struck out twice against Osich, who comes back to the plate. 3-2 pitch, pop foul off first. Jared Norris twisting and turning his way, trying to find the ball. Collides with Tyler Smith. Norris stays with it for the catch. And the inning is over. Now let's hope that Norris and Smith are both okay. Tyler pops up. He's okay. Norris gets up. He's okay. A tremendous play by Jared Norris. Smith and Norris after the fact and the collision smile at one another, kind of head bump one another. Josh Osich retires the side in order again on an incredible catch by Jared Norris to end the 8th inning. We go to the 9th. The Beavers seeking some insurance against Trevor Bauer. After 8, the Beavers 2, the Bruins nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
Looking for the best all-you-can-eat buffet for only $1.99? Come to Big Ed's Chow House. But if you're looking for Big Ed, don't come to Big Ed's Chow House. Big Ed passed away last week at 47, leaving his wife and children struck down in his prime by the same disease that got his father. So he won't be around for his family. And sadly, it could have been detected early with a simple test. But Big Ed didn't get it.
Have you gotten the medical test you need? For a list of tests every man should have, go to ahrq.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Citizens of America, this is a message from feedthepig.org. Americans spent more money than they earned in 2005. This is the first negative savings rate in the U.S. since the Great Depression. America, we must start feeding the pig. On the 1st and the 15th, we must pay ourselves before we pay anyone or anything. We must make a budget. Even consider cutting up a credit card. Log on to feedthepig.org today. Find the benefits of saving for every stage of life. Brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Kevin Keyes leads matters off against Trevor Bauer, who has 15 strikeouts, including the side in the 5th and most recently last inning in the 8th. Top of the 9th, 2-0 Beavers. Kevin Keyes has struck out twice, but he's had the biggest swing of the game. He swings here, and it's a ground ball to second. Trevor Brown up with it, flips to first, and Keyes retired. Keyes on an 0-2 pitch, muscled up and doubled to right center field to score Ryan Barnes and Jared Norris for the game's only runs. Keyes rolls out to open the 9th inning here for the Beavers. Parker Berberet, who struck out twice and grounded to third at the plate. Norris finally succumbed to the strikeout magic of Bauer last inning. So everyone in the lineup has punched out at least once. Berberet takes high, ball 1, 1-0. Tyler Dunn has managed to get away with only one punch out. Garrett Nash, 2. Tyler Smith, 2. Berberet, 2. Berberet swings and doesn't get it in the count, 1-1. Keyes twice. Norris just the one time. Hayes twice. Ryan Barnes has managed to strike out but once. Michael Miller twice. Ryan Dunn on deck. Bryant and Boyd throwing in the Beavers' pen. Berberet takes a breaking ball from Bauer a little bit high. Ball 2, 2-1. One out, nobody on, top of the 9th inning, 2-0 Beavers. The Bruins in the bottom of the 9th due to send up Steve Rodriguez, Trevor Brown, and Jeff Jelilich against Osich, but Bryant and Boyd getting ready just in case. Berberet swings at the 2-1 pitch and lofts it to left. Cody Kiefer drifting back. Kiefer a little shy of the warning track in straightaway left field, puts it away for the second out in the top of the 9th, and Ryan Dunn comes to the plate. Dunn has singled to left, struck out, and grounded to third. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Beavers, the only hits on the board. And Ryan Dunn here in the top of the 9th with 2 outs, nobody on, working on Trevor Bauer. Trevor rocks, kicks, delivers. Dunn, first ball swinging, hits it foul back of the plate. Rodriguez comes back as far as he can. The ball lands in the stands adjacent to a good representation of Beaver Nation here today at Jackie Robinson Stadium. A lot of orange in the stands. Gail Bordy down there amongst many of the Beaver faithful taking it in. No balls and a strike to Ryan Dunn. 2 outs, nobody on, 2-0 Beavers in the top of the 9th. Breaking ball, Dunn pulls it foul. Marty Lees does an Olay to get out of the way, and the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Beaver baseball brought to you by Ozumano Travel, and Ozumano wants to get you to Wisconsin to see the Beaver football team take on Wisconsin September 10th. See Ozumano.com for details. Hope you enjoyed the spring game earlier today at Reser Stadium. The strike 2 pitch on the way to Dunn, lifted to center field. Bo Amaral going back. Bo has a play, turns, and shy of the warning track, makes the catch. A pretty good ride given the ball by Dunn, but the Beavers do go in order in the top of the 9th inning. Josh Osich goes to the hill to the bottom of the 9th inning. A standing ovation for the work that Trevor Bauer turned in for UCLA, with the Bruins fans rising to their feet, but Beaver Nation to our right on their feet on behalf of Josh Osich as we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Beavers 2, UCLA nothing on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
At Pacific Source Health Plans, we're in it for the people. We're in it for the person just like us on the other end of the phone. We're in it to help, to guide, to listen. For us, a good day means good service, good answers, and a good chance that we made someone's day a little bit better. That's why we're here. To learn more about our health plans for you, your family, or your company, visit us at PacificSource.com. Pacific Source Health Plans. We're in it for the people.
You gotta love a filet mignon. A simple statement of succulence. Just a straightforward steak so tender your taste buds won't believe it's lean. But don't be put off by a little French, because mignon, well, that's just fancy talk for mouth-watering. That's the filet. One of 29 lean cuts that make beef one powerful protein. Learn to love them all. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Brought to you by Oregon's farmers and ranchers, funded by the Beef Checkoff.
Tyler Heineman, who had grabbed a bat last inning, will lead things off for UCLA as a pinch hitter for Steve Rodriguez to open the bottom of the 9th inning with the Beavers leading 2-0. Josh Osich to the plate. Heineman goes up swinging. Tyler swings and fouls it back. No balls and 1 strike the count. Tyler Heineman appearing in just his 5th game in conference play. He's 0 for 4. Heineman hitting overall at a .226 clip in 15 games. He swings at the 0-1 pitch and doesn't get it. 0-2 the count. Carter Bell in for the Beavers at third base, taking over for Kevin Keyes. Tony Bryant and Matt Boyd throwing behind Osich. The strike 2 fastball taken. Strike 3 called. Great pitch by Osich. 1 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Beavers leading 2-0. And Trevor Brown will come to the plate. Brown has grounded to third, robbed of a hit on a good play by Kevin Keyes. Grounded to second in the 6th. Carter Bell playing with 2 broken fingers and a bad quad on that wild play at first last night when he tried to slide head first. The report afterwards, he was a little bit woozy getting tagged on the helmet and broke another finger. Osich's fastball a little bit high to Trevor Brown. Ball 1, 1-0. Nevertheless, Bell gutting it out at third base now in the bottom of the 9th inning with the Beavers leading 2-0. Osich's 1-0 pitch on the way to Brown, taken knee high for a strike, and the count 1-1. The UCLA plan certainly to make Osich throw a strike, at least after the first out recorded. The pinch hitter Heineman came up swinging and ended up striking out. Osich kicks and comes 1-1. A changeup on the corner. Strike 2, 1-2 the count. 12 strikeouts for Josh Osich. 1 walk. That was in the 4th. The Bruins' lone base runner. Osich ready. The 1-2 pitch. Sliced down the right field line. Foul and well out of play. Good effort by Michael Miller. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, it's Josh Osich and Parker Berber at the battery. Jared Norris at first. Tyler Smith at second. Ryan Dunn at short. Carter Bell at third. With Ryan Barnes in left field, Brian Stamps in center, and Michael Miller in right. 1-2 to Trevor Brown. Osich ready, delivers. That's a fastball hit foul off to the right and out of play. The OSU bookstore, fans start here for the world's best selection of official Beaver merchandise. Visit the bookstore on campus in the MU in downtown Portland, at Kaiser Station, or online at osubookstore.com. The 1-2 changeup, a grounder to third, fielded by Carter Bell, throws across to Jared Norris. 2 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nice play by Carter, kind of getting it in between Hop. 2 away, bottom of the 9th. Coming to the plate for UCLA will be Brian Carroll to pinch hit for Jeff Jelilich. Brian Carroll, a right-handed hitter, here in the bottom of the 9th. With 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning, the Beavers leading 2-0. Jelilich had struck out 3 times, and now Brian Carroll, the pinch hitter. Osich ready, delivers a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Brian Carroll 3 for 14 on the season. Carroll, a freshman out of San Diego. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 9th, 2-0 Beavers. The 0-1 fastball in there. Strike 2. Osich is a strike away. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Beaver fans rising to their feet to the right. Josh Osich trying to finish it right here. The strike 2 pitch on the way from Osich. Fastball! Got him swinging. A no-hitter for Josh Osich. And the Beavers have defeated UCLA 2-0 on the complete game no-hitter for Josh Osich, who ends the game with his 14th strikeout. The Beavers have won their 5th consecutive series. They get a no-hitter from Osich, beating a guy they say is the best pitcher in the country. The best pitcher on the field today was the Beavers' Josh Osich. The final score, the Beavers 2, UCLA 0. A no-hitter for Osich. The Beavers will seek another series sweep tomorrow at Jackie Robinson Stadium. The unbelievable ride continues for Oregon State baseball. A no-hitter for Josh Osich. We'll wrap it up in our postgame show. The Beavers 2, UCLA 0 on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
You and your family are connected by routine, and you stick to it. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if your day's routine is disrupted and you can't reach your family? Have you planned for that? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, be ready. Get a kit. Make a plan. Be informed. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
Hands can do incredible things. They made every sound in this piece of music. But nothing compares to using them to help save a life. If an adult suddenly collapses, call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of their chest until help arrives. It's called hands-only CPR, and it's recommended by the American Heart Association. Visit handsonlycpr.org today. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
Samaritan Advantage is the affordable Medicare health plan located right in your own community. Keeping costs low is part of Samaritan's commitment to provide a local option for affordable, high-quality Medicare health and prescription drug benefits. If you are eligible for Medicare and live in Benton, Lincoln, or Lynn County, we've got you covered. Call or stop by our Corvallis office today and let us help you compare your plan with Samaritan Advantage. We may be able to help you lower your Medicare costs.
I'm here with Julie. Julie can sign up for Xfinity TV, internet, and voice for a great price.
Really?
She'll get thousands of on-demand choices ready to watch instantly. And with Xfinity Internet, she can even watch them online with lightning-fast internet speeds.
Next, she'll say I get unlimited nationwide calls with Xfinity Voice.
Are you reading my notes?
Call 1-800-XFINITY and get Xfinity TV, internet, and voice. Just $99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Add for promo. Regular rates apply. Equipment installation, taxes, franchise, and phone fees extra.
Sustainability, local food, and good health are important to Oregonians. And for 85 years, Flavor Pack has been providing premium quality fruits and vegetables from our Willamette Valley farms to your table. We're committed to practices that protect the environment and take pride in harvesting nutritious foods that power Oregonians. Find our fruits and vegetables in your grocer's freezer section. With quality like this, it's no wonder Flavor Pack has been the MVP of sustainable farming since 1924.
It doesn't matter what your company makes. Cars, computers, widgets. Every company uses humans. That's right. People are a company's most important resource. That's where we come in. Barrett Business Services, a human resource management company. We're your partner in profitability because we help you take care of your company's people. Barrett Business Services, 541-207-3129.
At Pacific Source Health Plans, we're in it for the people. We're in it for the person just like us on the other end of the phone. We're in it to help, to guide, to listen. For us, a good day means good service, good answers, and a good chance that we made someone's day a little bit better. That's why we're here. To learn more about our health plans for you, your family, or your company, visit us at PacificSource.com. Pacific Source Health Plans. We're in it for the people.
It's time, spring sale time at your local Les Schwab Tire Center. The time we put our most popular tires on sale. That makes it one of our biggest sales of the year. Tires for your passenger car, SUV, or light truck on sale and ready to put on. Tires from the people you trust, giving you mile after mile of quality and value, and backed by the Les Schwab warranty. Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome to the Beavers postgame show. Oregon State Baseball is brought to you by American Family Insurance. Visit amfam.com/family today. Pacific Source Health Plans. Get what you really want from a health plan with Pacific Source Health Plans. We're in it for the people. By Oregon Beef Producers. Funded by the Beef Checkoff. Also brought to you by Flavor Pack, the MVP of sustainable farming since 1924. And by the Corvallis Clinic. Exceptional doctors, trusted care. Go Beavs! Here again, Mike Parker.
In one of the great pitching performances in Oregon State history, and we are hoping to visit with the man himself, Josh Osich, who has just crafted the Beavers' first no-hitter as a team since the 2007 season. The Beavers beating UCLA 2-0. Josh Osich, a complete game, no-hitter and 13 strikeouts. In the exuberance, I think I gave him one more. The lone base runner in the game for UCLA was Dean Espy, who drew a 2-out walk in the fourth. Osich, from that point on, retired the last 16 UCLA hitters, and he retired 27 of the 28 batters that he faced in an absolute masterpiece. And it had to be because he was going up against arguably the best pitcher in the country in UCLA's Trevor Bauer. And while that estimation of Bauer doesn't necessarily change in the big picture, there is no doubt it was not hyperbole. I may have exaggerated the strikeout total in a moment of exuberance, but in saying that the best pitcher on the field today was Josh Osich was the truth. He was. He threw a no-hitter. And the Beavers had a combined no-no in 2007. The great records and the meticulous records kept through the years by, with help from the late Paul Andreessen and so many others who have contributed through the years to the great archival work for Oregon State baseball, and Hank Hager with his own stamp in hand in this year's media guide. I will say that it's not the type of thing that one can ask about during the course of a game. You understand that. Once we understood what was going on and it became apparent as the ball game proceeded that there was a chance for something special to occur, it would have not been good baseball form or according to etiquette to inquire of Hank or anyone else, hey, when was the last time that... Now, I know the last time that the Beavers had a no-hitter as a team because that's in the book and in the release, I should say. The last time the Beavers threw a no-hitter was a combined effort, 4 different arms against Hawaii Hilo back in the 2007 season. Mike Stutz, now in the big leagues with the Phillies. Mike Stutz, Josh Keller, Mark Gerbovac, and Jorge Reyes combined to throw a no-hitter against Hilo back in January of 2007. And that does not in any way, of course, compare with what we just saw Josh Osich do today. A complete game, no-hitter with only one base runner. The Bruins getting that in a walk, and we hope to visit with Josh coming up in our postgame show. I believe Hank Hager is tracking him down. We'll visit with Osich, who has accomplished one of the great achievements in Oregon State baseball history. a no-hitter on the road in Pac-10 play against Trevor Bauer and UCLA. The Beavers 2 and UCLA nothing. We hope to talk to Josh. We'll have some highlights and more as our postgame show continues from Westwood, where the Beavers celebrate the great performance by Josh Osich and another series win. 5 straight series wins in Pac-10 play. The Beavers 2, UCLA nothing. Back after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
Every day, you can help good things happen. Claudia, a local health worker in Nicaragua, helped save 6 children from pneumonia. Rosina in Bangladesh helped save 10 children from diarrhea. Aster in Ethiopia helped save 20 from malaria. And Salif in Mali helped save 30 from the effects of malnutrition. Help one, save many. Visit goodgoes.org to find all the ways you can help the good go further. Brought to you by Save the Children and the Ad Council.
We've been angry.
We've been pressured.
We've been hopeless.
We've been lost.
We've been labeled.
We've been judged. Let's face it, being a teen isn't easy. We know because we've been there. Check out reachout.com to hear teens share their own stories on how they've made it through tough times. Because we've been there, we can help each other.
We've been determined.
We've been inspired.
We've been acknowledged.
We've been there.
We can help us.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the Inspire USA Foundation, and the Ad Council.
I knew I was stuck at this kid's house for the night, but those guys snuck up on me to try and pull the hand in a bowl of warm water trick. Well, that was enough for me. I went downstairs to sleep in the basement, even though it was pitch black. I left my sleeping bag upstairs, and that was a mistake, because it was freezing. I think it was probably the longest night of my life. To read more about the sleepover, check out Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Last Straw by Jeff Kinney. Explore new worlds and check out more cool books at your local library, and visit read.gov. Brought to you by the Library of Congress and the Ad Council.
Are ye plagued by foreclosure? Well, here at Jim Ladd and Matey, we can stop your foreclosure now. We're a mortgage rescue company, and for the small fee of everything you hold dear, we will negotiate with your lender on your behalf. Call Jim Ladd and Matey at 1-800-YAR-YAR. That's 1-800-YAR. YAR.
If you're facing foreclosure, talk to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE. Brought to you by NeighborWorks America and the Ad Council.
We welcome you back to our postgame show, a postgame like no other, because I've never had the opportunity in all the years I've had a chance to call baseball games, and many now, my 13th year with the Beavers, and I've seen a lot of great moments and great pitching performances through the years with the likes of Dallas Buck and Jonah Nickerson and Mike Stutz and Joe Patterson and so many others through the years, but I've never seen anything as good and as dominant and as thrilling as this here today. Josh Osich, a no-hitter, 13 strikeouts, including the game-ending strikeout to complete the no-hitter. And Josh is kind enough to come up and join us here on the Beaver Sports Network. The Beavers 2, UCLA nothing. Big fella, congratulations. What a great performance. What are your thoughts right now that a no-hitter's in the books?
Just everything went the right way. It was unbelievable game to be part of, and Park did a good job behind the plate, and my defense picked me up when I needed them to, and it was a good game all around.
You know, Josh, let me ask you, the proverbial question I am going to ask you because I don't get the chance to ever ask this. When did you know? When did you start in any way thinking about it? When did they behave any differently towards you in the dugout as the game went along, keeping their distance? I heard talk of Gavilio kind of laughing about it in Long Beach when he had the perfecto going. What about for you through this process?
Nobody changed in the dugout. It's just I kind of started noticing it in the last inning just after I got the first out, and then there's 2 more, and I was like, I got to do this.
It struck me as you had good fastball command early, able to throw it where you wanted to. Your changeup was dynamic. But now, did you or did you not? Braden Wells and I both. Braden was up here a little bit. Did you mix in at least 1 or 2 breaking balls?
Yeah, there's a few breaking balls for the first time this year. And it worked in the right situation, and it just helped me out a lot. And when I couldn't throw my change and couldn't throw my fastball.
Josh, a no-hitter. I assume that when you dominate in high school, that you probably had a few here and there. But to throw one at this level against UCLA and the guy you were up against, all he did is punch out 15. He was pretty good. Have you ever had a no-hitter? I'm sure not under these types of circumstances, but have you thrown one before?
I've thrown one in high school, and that was it. Just this is amazing.
This is bigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell me what your mindset is going in, because you know that with Bauer going for them, you've got to be pretty good. Now, do you think that helps you? I mean, I made the comment early in the game, in the first inning. I said, Josh looks fast and loose and comfortable right from the start. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, I just told myself I got to match him pitch to pitch and then just win the game. Just stay right with him and just let our hitters do the work.
You know, Josh, when you talk about getting picked up, I mean, you did it, and for the most part, there weren't too many plays. However, got to talk to you about the offensive and defensive hero of the game, and Kevin Keyes. The closest thing they got to a hit was that ball that Giovinazzo hit that he dove and backhanded right at the bag. What a play that was, huh?
That was a great play by him. Just a good defensive player, and he's coming around. Just time will make him even better.
And then Ryan Barnes went a long way on the fly ball to left. What was going through your mind during that?
I was just like, get there, guys. Help me out right here. I left one up. I need some help.
The ballpark held it. And then the other exciting play, it wasn't going to be a hit, but that foul ball was an adventure, and Jared and Tyler ended up crashing into one another. What did you see happening on that play?
I was just like, I thought Jared was right under it, and then just all of a sudden he lost it, and then the two ran into each other, but he still managed to catch it.
So, Josh, I got to ask you then, you go to the ninth with the no-hitter intact. You struck out the pinch hitter looking. Then Trevor Brown grounds out. Now you've got 2 outs, nobody on, and a pinch hitter up there. 2 outs, 1 out away. I mean, what goes through your mind and heart at that moment when you're trying to finish the deal? It looked like you stayed within yourself even in that sequence.
Yeah, I was just like, I was pretty tired out there and just trying to make pitch for pitch and just keep it down. Don't let them get anything squared up and just let my defense play for me.
And you get the strikeout, 13 punch-outs, 121 pitches. How do you feel right now?
I feel great. Nothing better.
Nothing better, a no-hitter against UCLA. And you guys win the series. And it struck me that even though you throw a no-hitter, there wasn't a wild mob celebration scene. You guys, you celebrated it. But what did guys say or do, and Nate and others? It looked like you took a photograph to commemorate the moment. But give me some sense of the early aftermath of throwing a no-hitter, what that was like for you and the guys.
One of the most exciting things. Just trying to help my team out, and just I did it, and now we just got to move on and try and sweep them.
You got a sweep in sight now with a series win, 5 in a row. And I got to ask you about the other guy for just a moment, and then what Keyes was able to do to battle him. It looked as though whoever scored first, that was going to probably on a day like this was going to do it. He was pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was good. Like he's been tough all year, and just we knew that when we were coming in here, and we just got to pick our pitch and just try and get it and just hit it where nobody's at.
When Kevin, the thing that struck me, the guys winning last night over Cole, a 2-strike approach was impressive. With Bauer, you're going to get 2 strikes all night, all day today. Norris got a 2-strike hit, and then Keyes down in the count 0-2. I don't know, you've got your own job to do, but did you see how he battled on those 0-2 pitches?
Yeah, I was watching everybody try and battle him. He's real tough to hit off, so our guys did a great job today and just got me those few runs that I needed.
When you got him, did you think, okay, I'm good, that's enough, thanks, guys? Was that kind of your mindset?
Yeah, I was telling myself that's enough, that's all we need.
Well, Josh, a no-hitter on the road in the Pac-10. And, Hank, I got to ask you while you're standing here, when was the last time we've had a complete game no-hitter? 1947. There's the answer. That's not a question, you understand, that I could ask during the course of the game. I can't run down and ask Hank because then, the baseball. That's what I got. The final thing I want to ask you, Josh. I assume nobody said anything along the way in the dugout at any point.
Yeah, nobody said anything. There was nothing happening down there. Everybody they knew it, but
sure,
just didn't say anything.
And waited to celebrate it exuberantly at the end as well. They should. Josh, congratulations. You've gone through a lot to get here and to be in a position like this. To me, it's just the fruit of all the hard work. You have that feel, too, that today is kind of the day where it came together beautifully. You've worked so hard to get into a moment like this.
Yep. Just worked my butt off and just tried to get to where I'm at.
Well, where you're at's a beautiful place, and congratulations on the no-hitter. They love you a lot, but the Beaver team bus is leaving. Hank's going to take you back to the hotel. Great job,
Sounds
Josh.
good.
Thanks for joining us. Josh Osich, a complete game, no-hitter, the first for Oregon State baseball since 1947. We'll take a break and be back with some highlights after this on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is awarded annually to the nation's best overall collegiate athletics program. For 17 years, this award has recognized the excellent athletic performance achieved by student athletes and the outstanding leadership shown within these programs. To follow your favorite team in their race to win or to learn more about the Learfield Sports Directors Cup, log on to thedirectorscup.com and look for standings regularly in USA Today. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
I'm here with Julie. Julie can sign up for Xfinity TV, internet, and voice for a great price.
Really?
She'll get thousands of on-demand choices ready to watch instantly. And with Xfinity Internet, she can even watch them online with lightning-fast internet speeds.
Next, you'll say I get unlimited nationwide calls with Xfinity Voice.
Are you reading my notes?
Call 1-800-XFINITY and get Xfinity TV, internet, and voice. Just $99 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
Not available in all areas. New residential customers only. Add for promo. Regular rates apply. Equipment installation, taxes, franchise, and phone fees extra.
You gotta love a filet mignon. A simple statement of succulence. Just a straightforward steak so tender your taste buds won't believe it's lean. But don't be put off by a little French, because mignon, well, that's just fancy talk for mouth-watering. That's the filet. One of 29 lean cuts that make beef one powerful protein. Learn to love them all. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Brought to you by Oregon's farmers and ranchers, funded by the Beef Checkoff.
All of us at U.S. Bank congratulate all of you who have started to save. For weddings, cars, vacations. Just start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow. The easy and rewarding way to save your way to $1,000. What a great start. Join the thousands who are saving thousands at any U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/start, or call 800-720-BANK. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Requires a U.S. Bank package of qualifying transfers. Terms and conditions apply. See START program agreement for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Getting a little bit more of the details supplied from Hank Hager and the Pac-10 Conference archives as we come back to you from Jackie Robinson Stadium in Westwood, where we continue to marvel over what we just saw unfold before a sun-drenched crowd that will remember it. I just saw Trevor Bauer's father behind me in the press box coming up to introduce himself to Josh Osich, to say congratulations, that he said it's not often that I see somebody pitch better than my son, but you did it, and Osich did. Josh Osich, a complete game no-hitter against UCLA. The Beavers 2, the Bruins nothing. Coming up in another segment here shortly, we'll relive some of the highlights of the game. But suffice it to say, it was about Osich, who has essentially clinched the Pac-10 Pitcher of the Week award and taken the string of 3 straight from Trevor Bauer. Bauer, the 3-time and counting Pac-10 Pitcher of the Week over the last 3 weeks, strikes out 15 and won't get it, won't keep the string alive. Josh Osich will certainly wrest that away, following the conference's first no-hitter since 1994 in a Pac-10 game, and it was Stanford's Jason Middlebrook no-hitting UCLA 17 years ago. That's the last time there was a no-hitter in a Pac-10 game. The last time the Beavers had a complete game no-hitter by one of their own, 1947, Fred Gallagher. Now, that was the year that Cookie Lavagetto broke up the no-hit bid in the World Series by Bill Bevins. But Fred Gallagher managed for Oregon State in 47 to throw a complete game no-hitter. The Beavers, until today, had not seen one, a complete game no-hitter, and Josh Osich gets it done in masterful fashion. Let's take a look at our American Family Insurance totals. American Family Insurance, proud to sponsor today's game. Is your coverage as unique as your family? Visit amfam.com/family to find out. The Beavers, 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. The Beavers leave 5. UCLA, no runs, no hits, 1 error. The Bruins left 1 man on base, their only base runner. Josh Osich faced 28 batters. 1 got on via a walk. He retired the 27 others, 13 by strikeout, to craft one of the great pitching performances in the annals of Oregon State baseball, going all the way back to 1907. The Beavers with their first complete game no-hitter since 1947. And to add to it all, of course, it keeps the Beavers in first place and it gives them their 5th consecutive series win in as many attempts in conference play. A remarkable season, and today, with a long way to go, it's certainly not a culmination, but at the near midway point, certainly haven't seen anything better than what Josh Osich accomplished today. The Beavers have won the series. They'll try to get a series sweep tomorrow. We'll talk more about that, get some highlights and scores of other games as our postgame show continues from Jackie Robinson Stadium, where the Beavers celebrate the no-hitter from Josh Osich. The Beavers 2, UCLA nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
The odds of becoming a signed artist and having 3 #1 albums? 1 in 100 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of this performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Sassy!
Today's episode, Bobcat in the Cave.
Oh, nuts! There's a bobcat in this cave! Save us, Sassy! You will, but first you'd like to stress the importance of cat adoption? Over 5 million cats go into animal shelters every year and they need to be adopted? Help us, Sassy! Why bother? We'll just get into more trouble tomorrow?
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Wow, that's a lot of books. Little one at home? Yeah. Let's see. Child-proofing your home, child-proofing your yard, child-proofing your in-laws' home and yard.
Of all the things you can read to keep your child safe, the most important is attached to their car seat. Read the instruction manual and use the latch system. It makes it easier to be sure your child's car seat is installed correctly. Learn more at safercar.gov. Anchor, tether, latch. The next generation of child safety. A message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Behind Josh Osich's no-hitter, the first complete game version of one for the Beavers in 64 years, the Beavers defeat UCLA and Trevor Bauer 2-0. Wrapping up our American Family Insurance totals, Bauer's record drops to 8-2. Osich improves to 6-1. The game took 2 hours and 9 minutes before 1,221. Let's get to some highlights in this ball game. And you're going to hear the name of a young man come up a couple of different times in big capacities. Freshman Kevin Keyes insinuating himself into the drama of the game in a big way. And, in fact, let's start there. The closest thing to a hit on the day in Osich's no-hitter came in the bottom of the 5th, but the Beavers and Keyes had an answer. In bottom of the 5th inning, Osich, who struck out the side in the second, comes back with the 0-1 pitch. Change up grounded, wide of third, backhanded by Keyes, gets up and throws him out. That's a great play. Kevin Keyes taking an extra base hit away from Chris Giovinazzo, and that was probably the best play defensively in the game. And then in the 6th inning, the Beavers with a very strong approach against Bauer, who struck out 15, so that tells you all you need to know about how good he is. He's great. But in the 6th, with 1 out, Ryan Barnes managed to draw a walk after Danny Hayes popped out. You've got Barnes at first base, 2 down, no score. And it did have a feel as whoever broke through and scored was going to win the game. Well, Jared Norris was able to lace a 2-strike pitch to right field, sending Barnes to third. Kevin Keyes got down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes, and fouled off 3 straight would-be strikeout and inning-ending pitches, just battling up there. 0-2, first and third, 2 down. A great approach by Keyes, and his hard work, his competitiveness was rewarded. Bauer from the stretch again. The 0-2 breaking ball lifted toward the gap in right center field. Giovinazzo on the run. This one will get down all the way off the base of the fence. In comes Barnes to score. Norris rounds third. He scores. And the Beavers lead it 2-0. The freshman, Kevin Keyes, fighting off 0-2 pitches time and time again and doubles to the gap in right center. And the Beavers with a 2-0 lead in one of the great at-bats of this or any year. Kevin Keyes coming through with the 0-2, 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run double for the only runs of the game. Then, as Josh Osich told us on the postgame show, he just trusted his defense the rest of the way. And the bottom of the eighth inning ended on a ball that was hit high in the air. It was adventuresome, and in the end, it had a happy ending. Now 3-2 to Valleca, who struck out twice against Osich, who comes back to the plate. 3-2 pitch, pop foul off first. Jared Norris twisting and turning his way, trying to find the ball. Collides with Tyler Smith. Norris stays with it for the catch. Great play by Jared Norris to settle things in the eighth inning. Then in the ninth, 3 outs away from the first complete game no-hitter for Oregon State since 1947. Josh Osich struck out pinch hitter Tyler Heineman. He got Trevor Brown to bounce out to Carter Bell, who was inserted for defensive purposes in the bottom of the ninth inning. And then the pinch hitter Brian Carroll batting for Jeff Jelilich, and Osich ended the dramatic game in a fitting way. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Beaver fans rising to their feet to the right. Josh Osich trying to finish it right here. The strike 2 pitch on the way from Osich. Fastball got him swinging. A no-hitter for Josh Osich. And the Beavers have defeated UCLA 2-0 on the complete game no-hitter for Josh Osich, who ends the game with his 14th strikeout. Well, as I said, and the exuberance gave him one too many. It's a 13 strikeout performance for Osich, but the upshot of it was, and it was communicated, however, it might have been croaked out, a no-hitter for Osich. The Beavers 2 and UCLA nothing. The Beavers have won the series, beating Cole and Bauer. Now they hope to complete the sweep of UCLA tomorrow here at 1 o'clock. We'll take a look at that matchup, look at the other finals from the Pac-10, and wrap things up on a memorable day in Los Angeles. After this, the Beavers 2, UCLA nothing on the Beavers Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
American Family Insurance put together a unique policy for the Franklin family and their 2 teenage drivers. It's called There's a dent in Mom's new car, the kids won't take responsibility for it, and Dad seems suspiciously silent on the matter policy. They're taking part in the Teen Safe Driver program from American Family. It uses an exclusive in-car camera and parental feedback to help teens become safer drivers. Is your coverage as unique as your family? Find out at amfam.com/family.
For everyone counting their way to $1,000, U.S. Bank applauds you.
I've already saved $256.
Just start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow. The easy and rewarding way to save.
Wow, $963.
Your way to
$1,000.
And we'll reward you when you do. Start at any U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/start, or call 800-720-BANK. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Requires a U.S. Bank package of qualifying transfers. Terms and conditions apply. See START program agreement for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
It's time, spring sale time at your local Les Schwab Tire Center. The time we put our most popular tires on sale. That makes it one of our biggest sales of the year. Tires for your passenger car, SUV, or light truck on sale and ready to put on. Tires from the people you trust, giving you mile after mile of quality and value, and backed by the Les Schwab warranty. Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952.
In 1965, Willie Mays became baseball's MVP. That was the same year our family started selling fresh local milk from our first Dairy Mart store. Since then, Dairy Mart's grown to 44 stores, serving neighborhoods from Cottage Grove to Corvallis and Albany. We put over 500 people to work every day and support student programs like OSU Baseball. For convenience, great selection, and fresh dairy products, we'll see you at Dairy Mart. Along with our own Lockmead Farms, we're proud sponsors of Beaver Baseball.
Josh Osich throws a no-hitter. The Beavers defeat UCLA 2-0 to improve to 32-8, 12-2 in league. The Beavers continue to win on the road. That's 9 straight road wins, 7 in Pac-10 play. And going into the weekend, that was tied for the longest road winning streak in the country. UCLA, the preseason pick to not only win the Pac-10, but Baseball America had UCLA as a preseason pick to go to Omaha again and perhaps win it. They went to the finals last year and lost in 2 games to South Carolina. The Bruins dropped to 22-16, 10-7 in Pac-10 play. And as we wrap things up, we take a look at our Pac-10 report brought to you by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank, all of us serving you. Proud to sponsor Oregon State University athletics. Elsewhere in the Pac-10, Oregon broke through for a 4-3 victory at Cal this afternoon. Washington State beat Washington 11-6. The other games tonight, USC at Arizona and Stanford at Arizona State. The Beavers here defeat UCLA 2-0 to win the series. Now, tomorrow we'll try to get the series sweep. The Beavers with a combination, perhaps, of Nygren and Wetzler, Nygren. Pat Casey may have something else in mind for tomorrow. Whatever may be in his mind, it's all worked pretty well here in the 2011 campaign as the Beavers continue to have just an unbelievable season in all respects, but today might have been the biggest of all. To beat Trevor Bauer in his own ballpark and to have Josh Osich, who has dealt with a lot of adversity, Tommy John surgery, missed nearly 2 full years of play, to come back today on a sunny afternoon with a plethora of scouts, personnel, of people all over the ballpark coming to watch Bauer. They saw a great Trevor Bauer, 15 strikeouts, but they saw Josh Osich certainly perhaps make himself a little bit more money and raise his draft stock today with a brilliant 2-0 complete game no-hitter. The Beavers will try for the sweep. Tomorrow we'll be on the air at 12:30, 1 o'clock first pitch. That'll do it for today. Under the sun in the Southland, the Beavers continue their great role in the Pac-10, winning another series, and they do so behind the magnificent left arm today of Josh Osich. Our final score, the Beavers 2, UCLA 0, a no-hitter for Josh Osich. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 12:30 as the Beavers seek another sweep in the Pac-10. Here on the Beaver Sports Network from Learfield Sports. So long, everybody.
On the Beaver Sports Network. Oregon State Baseball has been brought to you by Samaritan Advantage. Your hometown medical health plan is a proud sponsor of Beaver Baseball. U.S. Bank, all of us serving you. By Comcast, Xfinity TV, Internet and Phone, only from Comcast. Also brought to you by Barrett Business Services, a human resource management company. Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952. And by campaignforosu.org. This amazing place, this historic moment. Beaver Baseball, heard on great radio stations throughout Oregon.